For all your fight news, it's not fight news, it's brunch boxing.
Woo! Brunch boxing, man. Y'all brunch boxing, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Keep working hard. Big shout out to brunch boxing.
What's up, man? It's Paulie Malignaggi giving a big shout out to brunch boxing.
This your man Keith One Time Thurman. Shout out to brunch boxing.
Hey, I don't even know what brunch boxing is, but shout out to them.
It is good to be back. It is good to be back. I can't believe we missed the show last week. That was the first show we've missed since we started brunch boxing last weekend. We didn't get our normal morning show. We did do a post fight. I don't know if that counts, honestly. Like the heart of it, I don't like it. I know Matt's probably gonna say it counts, but I personally don't think it does. I don't think it does.
It counts.
I was severely sick. I mean, severely sick. And you heard the rumors on why I was sick. You've heard the tall tales of why I was sick. But that we don't even need to get into that. We don't even need to get to why I was sick. But I was severely sick. I could not do the show. Would physically felt like I could not get up to do the show. But it feels great. Amazing to be back. And we got stories. We got stuff to talk about. You know, the thing about boxing, you know, it always gives you something. When you think like it's going to be quiet, ain't nothing happening, there's always something to talk about. Huey, well, first of all, how are you doing? How's this morning treating you?
Doing well, man. Looking forward to a good night of fights. Well, at least a good main event. I don't know how great the card is, but we got an exciting one today. Everyone that's here in the comments watching, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're trying to run the YouTube followers up, and numbers up. So if you have the opportunity to switch over from Twitter and go to the YouTube, we'd really appreciate it. Again, if you can subscribe, that would really help us out.
Also, while we're doing this, while we're taking care of business, that we have an announcement to make. We started a pick'em, right? A brunch boxing pick'em. We could put the link maybe in the comments, whatever. We'll get that out there. But we do have a brunch boxing pick'em, and I needed to up the ante. I realized that people aren't just going to do it just to do it. People don't take pride in things anymore. I realize that people don't take pride in what they do. People don't take pride in just being right. Before, back in the day, you could just be right about something, and that would be an amazing feeling. People don't care about that anymore. So I realized that we have to raise the ante on this pick'em. Make it worth it. Make it worth your time on why you're doing it. So I came up with the decision that the winner will be by the end of the year, whoever has the most right, whoever has the most points, however it's calculated, will get $1,000. The winner of the brunch boxing pick'em at the end of 2026 will get $1,000. You just have to do a few things. Of course, sign up for the pick'em. Subscribe to our YouTube. Send Mike and Matt a screenshot, and Huey a screenshot that you subscribe to our YouTube, and that's it. That's all you have to do. You subscribe to the YouTube, enter the pick'em. That's all you have to do, and the winner will win $1,000. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm sorry, Huey. I'm sorry, Mike. And I'm sorry, Matt. It cannot be a brunch boxing guy. So if a brunch boxing guy wins, and then you come in second, you get the $1,000. It's not like we're gonna block it. If two brunch
you can't give second
guys
place
win,
winner $1,000. You got to lower the prize if they come in second. What if brunch boxing sweeps the top four?
Then top five. Congratulations. No, that's what I'm saying. So that's where it is. I'm gonna make it fair. We're not cooking the books here. We're not fixing it. We're not anything. If you win and you're not a part of brunch boxing, you can win $1,000. Well, you will win $1,000, but that got that out there. Let's get to the show. We got a lot to talk about. Huey, what's our first topic?
First up is, like I said, we got a big day. We got Ray Savage Ford versus O'Shaquie Foster. Give us your preview. Give us your thoughts. What's going on? What's the vibe like? What's your excitement level for this fight?
These are not fights that to me happen commonly, in my opinion. Not years ago, maybe more recently. Landscape has changed a little bit that we're getting fights like this, but this is a fight that to me is a true 50-50 fight in nature. It's a true 50-50 fight where, as far as these are two guys on top of their game fighting each other, and it's not like, oh, we got to build it up, no, I think it's just like, hey, these guys are good. They should fight each other. There's real beef here. There's real animosity here, and I love matchups like this. I love matchups like this because we could say we see how it's going to go. We could say all these things, but when you get in with two guys at that level with each other, it's really hard to predict. It really is, because that usually leads to changing of the game plan. That usually leads to guys having to make adjustments, and then it becomes a battle of adjustments. It becomes a battle of this, and then also it's like very rarely the guys go in the ring and they see someone that is just as capable as them in the ring against them, right? Like that's not an often thing that happens in boxing. So we're gonna find out the truth today. That's what this is. You're gonna find out the truth. These are two guys on top of their game in their prime, with the at their peak physicality, and I think that we're gonna find out the truth between these two guys. And I like the push. I like the shove. I feel the actual, like, man, I want to get in there, do damage to this guy. That's what I actually feel for this fight. I think it's an excellent fight. I think that these are the kind of fights we need consistently in boxing. This fight's not going to get, I don't think, the most attention, whatever. But if you did this consistently, these kind of matchups every week in boxing, I think boxing would rise to popularity, because you would tune in every week and be like, I'm familiar with these two guys. I know these two guys are on the top of their game. And when you in boxing, to me, like, scheduling is very easy. When you put two top fighters against each other, you usually get a good product. It is 90% of the time, to me, it hits. They get a good product when you're fighting two good guys against each other. People are tired of mismatches. People are tired of a guy that's past it fighting a guy that's currently in his prime. They want to see just two good fighters fight each other, and we have the capability, and we're getting that tonight. What do you think of this matchup, Huey?
I love this matchup. I think this is a great, evenly matched fight. I think that going into it, there's a lot of people that I think there's a lot of people picking Shock, and I think a lot of people are picking Shock to have an easy time with this fight. And I don't necessarily know that I can agree with that. Ford's a really tough matchup for him, especially if he's able to get on the inside. I don't think Shock's going to be able to maintain the distance and keep this as a boxing match and use his skills in order to, make it an easy fight for him. And that's not to say Shock can't rough it up. I mean, in his last a few fights ago when he was in Mexico, he was getting robbed and he came back in the last round, got that late round knockout. We saw Ray Ford do that against Komatov. It's a great, highly contested matchup. I think if Ford can get on the inside, it's going to be very interesting. He's going to be able to make it rough. I do think that Shock needs to get onto an early lead, because eventually Ford is going to be able to find that distance and make it a tough fight, make it a fight more than a boxing match. But I am ultimately picking Shock to win this fight. I think he's going to win a decision. I don't know that either guy's going to get a stoppage, but I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
It's too, like, the one that I was watching, because I was doing a little studying on it, and I think that O'Shaquie kind of likes a fight to be more in the control of what he wants it, and I think Ford can get more in a chaos. I think Ford can thrive more in a more chaotic environment of a fight. I also think that Ford might be a little bit more physically gifted than I was originally thinking going into this fight. Whereas as far as, like, I think he might have the speed advantage. I think he has a speed advantage in the fight. I think that he has the flurry advantage as well, as far as, like, he could put numerous shots together with good speed. When I think of Shaquille Foster, I think of more one shot, keeping a distance, one shot, keeping the thing. And I just wonder if Ford starts putting stuff together, what does O'Shaquie do to match that? Now joining the show, and I think he's ready. He jumped in. He was whispering something. Sound like, I don't know if it was like a mental thing. He was talking to the mirror, talking to himself, saying, like, you are good enough. You are enough for this world. People do like you. You are not hated. I don't know if it was like he was kind of reassuring himself who he was. But now joining the show, the best host in boxing media, Matt, welcome to the show, my friend.
Ezra, thank you so much for that, man. But you know what? I did have to give myself some words of affirmation, because you know what? You and Huey got us to such a good start. I'm like, yo, I got to come with the A game. And you know who else got to come with the A game tonight?
Who's
Ray
that?
Ford.
Wow.
Ray Ford. Because I think that's a lot less margin for error than O'Shaquie Foster. Because if we're talking about physical gifts, O'Shaquie Foster is the more physically gifted fighter. He's bigger, he's longer. I think he's quicker. I know you think Ford has speed advantage. I don't see that. I think he's quicker, and I think he has a little bit more bite on his punches.
Okay.
So for me, Raymond Ford has to really hope that he can make this ugly kind of fight. He has to make this ugly in order to win. Because if this is just a standard, beautiful boxing match, he's not a better boxer than O'Shaquie Foster. He's just not. I hate to say it. He hates to hear it, but he's not a better boxer. So he's going to have to really dog O'Shaquie Foster out in order to get the victory today, in my opinion.
No, I hear this expression a lot, I get what you mean. I get when people say it, but we say, "Oh, he's got to make it ugly." Now, does he have to make it ugly? Because when I think of ugly, I think of like, does he have to make it like Maidana would fight, right? Like, does he have to make it like that? Does he have to rough you up and put his head to put his forehead to your face and all those things?
Yes, yes.
I'm not sure that's what he has to do. What I think what he has to do is he has to not go 1-for-1 with O'Shaquie Foster.
What do
So
you
I
mean
think
by
he
that?
has. I think he has to up the pace. I think he has to up the output. But I don't think it has to be like I'm putting my chest to your forehead and working. I don't think that would be. I don't like that's what I say. Like if you're picking a fight and you would say, "Oh, Ford has to do that," then I'm going to pick against Ford, right? Because I'm going to say, "Well, Ford doesn't do that, right? That's not really his game." And I understand what you're saying because I do think that O'Shaquie Foster is a more technical fighter. I do think that when he beat Fulton, I think he beat him because he was more technical than Fulton was that night, and his shots were straighter. And Fulton was getting beat from basically because O'Shaquie was going A to B, and what Fulton was curving his shots, or his shots were wider, and they were just getting beat to the thing. And his, like you said, the physical buildup of O'Shaquie was was superior. I think that's the same thing tonight, but I think that Ford just has to be a little bit more offensive. I don't know if he has to. Oh, you gotta get in on this. Oh, you got all this. You just gotta be more offensive. You gotta really test the putting your punches together to see if O'Shaquie Foster can fight in a way that he doesn't get it just a little bit in the way where he can't control it, and to see if he can get under control.
Now, we've never seen O'Shaquie Foster wilt late. We have seen Ray Ford wilt late. He couldn't keep up the pace against Nick Ball. People are attributing that to the weight cut. But at the end of the day, he wilted towards the end of the fight. What do you think about their conditioning going into this fight? We saw the weigh-in. We saw the way they looked. What did you think when you saw all that?
I'm not worried about that with Ford because I think Ford. I am one of the people that contributed that to the weight cut. It was too much. We knew it was too much going into that fight, and it did cost him in that performance. But we also see Raymond Ford versus Odebek, right? And that was a fight that he had to pull through late to secure that victory. And his cardio was good in that fight. His power was good late in that fight, and he was sharp at the end of that fight. So I do not think that his cardio will be an issue tonight for him.
Funny enough, he also got outboxed in that fight.
A little bit, but I think Odebek is a good fighter. Yeah, he did. But he
got outboxed in that fight.
But his offense, that's what I'm saying. But I don't think he had to make that fight ugly. I think his offensive game is good enough to where it can overwhelm guys if he puts the speed together, puts the flurries together. That's the one thing. Like I think, would you agree with me that Ford is better in combinations than O'Shaquie Foster is?
I don't know.
I think
because I don't think O'Shaquie Foster really has to like put punches together much because he's so long.
We don't see him use that part of his game enough. So if he has to use it, it might be there, but we just haven't really. It's one of those unknowns. I don't know that he can't do it, but we haven't had to see him do it.
And that's why these fights are hard to predict, right? That's what I'm saying, because he's probably going to get made to do things that we haven't seen before. I think both guys are. And that's why these fights are so
if this fight gets rough and tough and ugly, who does that favor?
I think I favor Ford in that. Yeah, because I just saying, like, I think the one thing is that Ford can flurry better, I think, or at least he flurries what I've seen. I've seen him do it, and I've seen his ability to do it. And I don't think he loses speed in a flurry. I think he actually can keep the speed up, and that's a skill that I don't think is talked about a lot.
Okay. If Ford is behind on the cards, can he stop O'Shaquie Foster late?
That I don't know. That I don't know. I would think that if he's gonna stop O'Shaquie Foster, it would have to be an accumulation. So he could be down on the cards, but he's been landing work up until that point. If it's like, oh, I'm down on the cards and this has just been like a boxing match and no one's really been touched, no, I would be like, no, he's not gonna have enough to do it.
Yeah. I just, if Ford's sake, I hope his boxing skills have gotten a lot better, because I've seen him outboxed a couple times before, and I'm not just talking about against Odebek. He, in my opinion, he lost against Kid Vasquez, and I thought Kid Vasquez outboxed him.
I'm with you on that.
So I'm not sure how he's going to be able to handle the boxing skill of O'Shaquie Foster.
Yeah,
But we'll
yeah.
see.
We got to see.
We'll see. I'm really feeling the build up to this fight. Have you said anything about the build up? You
Yeah.
know, the push, all that stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Sometimes the guys that they're faking it, you could feel it, or they're trying to just get themselves motivated. That's not this scenario. These guys don't like each other,
Yeah, they don't like each
and
other.
yeah, and that's always great going into a fight.
I like that about O'Shaquie Foster. He not phony. You know, he's not a phony. He don't fuck with the whole Shakur Stevenson camp, and that's what this really is about for him. You know, Shakur is basically treating uh Ray Ford like a pawn. Nah, you go do my light work. You gotta fight my dojo first before you come fight me. And Ray Ford going with it. And you know what? He's getting a title shot out of it, so more power to him. But for O'Shaquie Foster, he just sees Ray Ford as another guy he got to step on before he gets to Shakur Stevenson. But I will say, I put out a tweet where I was saying, hey, PBC did a great job with O'Shaquie Foster. And people seem confused on what I mean about that. What I mean by that is that PBC really did a lot of close work with O'Shaquie Foster in the lead up to the Fulton fight on the presentation side, the marketing side, the PR side, really bringing out more of his personality, putting him in places with in scenarios and shows where he couldn't get before or he didn't get before. And I think that that's carried over to this fight to where he's showcasing the personality. He's really quick-witted. He's not afraid to talk his shit. And a lot of fans are really, really embracing it, including me. So kudos to him for recognizing he needed to do more. And kudos to PBC, specifically KB, Kenneth Buhari, who had a lot to do with O'Shaquie's presentation. And it's really carried forward. So that's what I meant by that. People were like starting their own fan fiction and stuff, but it's really that simple. You just have to know the ins and outs to understand it.
Yeah, and we did the interview with O'Shaquie Foster before, and
It went viral.
yeah, the more interviews I think he gets out there like that, and they see his personality, I think that people become bigger fans of him. But this is good. I think that what happens? Okay, say O'Shaquie Foster beats Raymond Ford clearly. Does that really heat up this Shakur O'Shaquie Foster fight?
Not only does it heat it up, it sends it to a full-blown eruption. Shakur has to fight O'Shaquie Foster. And he has to fight him next if Foster wins. No interim fights, no excuses. You're supposed to be the man. You claim you'll fight anybody. You need to fight O'Shaquie Foster if he beats Raymond Ford.
I'm with that fight. I think that's a really interesting fight, especially if he wins tonight. Maybe even like in like a clear fashion. I think then you start talking about how good is this guy and like what's his gap between the we know good fighters, but like he's separates himself from that. Then I think him and Shakur is interesting.
What's better for boxing?
O'Shaquie winning.
Why?
Agreed.
Because I think that I think he has momentum right now. I think that, like we said, that his personality's kind of come out, and I think that Shakur kind of doesn't have like an obvious opponent right now. Shakur doesn't have like to me a guy that people are like, I want to see that. I think that if
he does.
Who?
Javante Tank Davis.
No, come on. Let's have a real conversation here. But I think that people would be interested in that. And then also it's like not necessarily a style that we've seen Shakur versus.
Yeah, I think there's just more opportunity for bigger matchups with Shaq, especially because I could see him being more likely and having more success at 135, which is more of a glamour division.
Yeah. What are the people saying that Ray Ford wins?
I think that maybe they were saying that we look past this guy. You know what I mean? Did we look past this guy because of a ball fight where he didn't, that was a mistake, shouldn't have fought it. And I think they're talking about guys like Navarrete, right? the guy like a Navarrete and wanting to see that kind of matchup. I think Raymond Ford would. I think it would be a big deal if Raymond Ford won as well because he's the kind of guy that just kind of needs a win like this to kind of get over that hump as far as like popularity.
But am I the only one who doesn't think that Ray Ford has star potential?
I think he has some star potential. Maybe not like I don't know if he's superstar, but I think he has. I think his name can get a lot bigger than it is right now.
Can he sell out some small arena in New Jersey?
I think so. I think if he gets this win, if he fights Navarrete and he becomes a guy of this division, yeah, I think people get behind him.
Is there anyone other than Nab that he could fight at 130 that would be a big eventful fight that the general public would care about?
I mean,
maybe not general public, but casual audience.
I mean, let's see how long Espinoza waits at 126, right? Like, let's see how long that guy waits at 126. There's guys at 126 that can move up, right? And then I don't know what but like a Shushu, right? Like those guys all are right there. These fights can happen. That's what I'm saying. Like there's interesting guys there that these fights can happen.
What are people saying for Shaki Foster wins?
I think that they're saying that this guy is one of the best guys in boxing. Not, you know, I'm not saying top 5 or whatever, but I'm saying one of the best guys in boxing. I think he's a legit challenge to Shakur. I do think that. I think if this is a wide gap and he wins, boxes his head off. He's got Fulton Ford back to back. I think to say, well, why not versus Shakur, or why not versus one of the top guys at 135?
Well, he's been trying to get at least Navarrete for a long time. Top Rank hasn't done that. I think a win today could force Top Rank's hand where they have to make that fight.
Yeah, I don't think
this guy's just putting in work.
Yeah, I don't think they want to make that fight. I don't think they want to make that fight. I think that honestly that his style is really bad for Navarrete style. I do think that. So I can see why they're not trying to make that, not too excited to make that fight. But yeah, you're right. This win might force their hand here.
All right, I do want to bring in a friend of the show before.
Real quick. Because I'm kind of wondering, because Shakur has built somewhat of a fan base, I'm wondering will people actually call for an O'Shaki Foster fight, or if they think that Shakur is too big for O'Shaki Foster. You know, there seems to be this clamoring for Shakur to be a superstar, where they're starting to dismiss guys that Shakur would have jumped that fighting before to build his own rep. So is Shakur too far past O'Shaki star-wise where people are not going to legitimately call for the fight?
I can see that. I mean, I can see that. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of curious on the buzz, I guess, that O'Shaki would have after this. But like I said, there's no name just like to me that's like really popping out. Like you say, we brought up Tank, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. You know, you have Mortaya, you have who else am I missing? At 140, what's his name? Russell. You got those guys, but to me, those aren't jumping off. To me, they're pretty much the same thing as O'Shaki, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't think any of those guys are jumping out there like this is the obvious choice. This is the obvious moneymaker. I don't see that. He's kind of like in a weird spot. Where really his big fights are at 147. Oddly enough.
We do have a we do have a fan of Shakur Stevenson join us, so I'd love to see what he thinks about the potential fight here. Friend of the show, former Bellini Award winner, host of the Sunday Morning Sermon, host of the RNS podcast When It Happens. TY, how you doing today?
Listen, man, I'm tired of this narrative with this Matt guy. How y'all do a show him every week? Listen, man.
It ain't easy.
I told you this a month ago, 2 months ago. Y'all know I'm the biggest O'Shaki fan, but I can't be a hater. He beat my man the fuck up. Excuse my language, so y'all might send him on the sauce. He beat my man up. He been fighting good. He been doing good. And I think I like Ray. I like Ray. I think he too polished for Ray. Pause. He too big for Ray. He a little bit too smart for Ray. I disrespect Ray. He gonna beat Ray tonight. Bam. Matt, that's old school boxing. If I'm O'Shaki manager, this is what I'm telling him. After you beat him, Shakur gonna be there. You call him out old school James Toney style. You can't run no more. Run that motherfucking fade. He ain't got nobody to fight. O'Shaki, when he win tonight, you got to call him out in front of the whole fucking world in Houston. That's what you do, O'Shaki. And we get the fight. He has momentum. Yes. Antoine Russell is a bigger fighter than him, but he don't fight. Who else you name? At 140.
More
They,
140.
I like the Morataya fight, but you know that fight can always be made. But if Oshaki's win tonight, they make that damn fight in September. Oshaki versus Shakur Stevenson. It ain't that hard to make.
It's so funny that I feel like Ty confused me with Ezra because Ezra was calling those other names. I wanted to see Oshaki versus Shakur.
You said,
don't
oh
wanna
yeah, Shakur's so big, his fans say he ain't got to fight this guys. Man, you know who you do that with. I ain't going there with you today.
Bro, I spoke to Shakur directly, and you know what Shakur told me? I ain't got to fight nobody, smart guy.
Right.
That's exactly what Shakur told me.
Because he heard your hating tone. He heard your Tank Davis tone.
I said
So
that I said that he should fight Oshaki because Oshaki want the smoke. That's what I told him.
He heard in the tone, right, Ty? He knew that this wasn't a friendly fire.
But Matt, listen, Matt. Maybe at that time it wasn't, but the fight is. I'm a core fan. The fight is it wasn't ready fighting. It's ready now. He beat Stephen Fulton, one of the most recognized American fighters. He doing this thing. I gotta give him his props. He got to fight in his hometown in Houston. So yes, he beat Ray tonight. Shakur gonna be right there. Call him the fuck out. You can't run no more, champ.
Now, would you call him out in the post fight or on the microphone? Or do you lean over the rope like Terrence Crawford to Jamal Charlo and say, "You next, nigga"?
Listen, if he being Ray ass like he was doing Spence, respectfully to Spence, you do that. But old school Max Kellerman style, whoever do the post-fight interviews, Shakur, you can't run no more. Bop, 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 James Toney style. And here we go. What we going to talk about in Sunday morning sermon? We're going to talk about on the next thing, Shakur versus Oshaki. Am I lying, Ezra? If you call him out.
Yep.
We're going to talk about it.
I think you're going to be talking about the 6th round in the NFL draft.
Well, you know, what the NFL is king. We know how NFL is king. We talk about third street running backs and setting why anyway. Let me stop.
Not on brunch boxing. NFL is king. That's why you come to here first. You go to ESPN and listen to for football, but here brunch boxing, boxing is king. Boxing.
If I came and talking about you, if I came and talking Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford, we were talking football. So be quiet.
Well, I mean, that's real football.
I know we're talking Shakur Stevenson and Shock after this. Our guy Gritty in the comments had mentioned Lamont Roach. Now we have the rumored fight with him and Zepeda coming up, supposedly scheduled for August 1st or going to be scheduled for August 1st. But how would you guys feel about that matchup for Shock after this fight?
Yeah, Shock versus the winner of that. That's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, if you're Shock, right? If they're not going to make the Navarrete fight, you have to leave this weight class. You have to leave this weight class. And you go up and fight the guys at 135.
No. If they're not going to make the Navarrete fight, you have to leave top rank.
Okay, that's fine. Either way, whatever you have to do. I don't know what the contract is there.
That's easier said than done, Matthew.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what Lomachenko apparently can't even get out of that. But here's the thing. You got to go up and you got to fight the guys at 135. 135 is like in a kind of interesting spot right now where now it kind of lacks star power. But it has some names in there, right? It has some guys in there that are...
Stop right there, Ezra. Stop right there. Oshaki Foster versus Lomachenko.
I like it, but the thing is that why does Loma do it?
Because it's a fight for a title.
Y'all know my fight.
I think Loma's only going to take either Tank or Navarrete. I don't see.
What are you talking about? Loma's talking about fighting Charlie Suarez.
I don't know. I don't know if I buy that story. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not Spence. He's not a no tune-up guy. He would absolutely take a tune-up after being out of the ring for this long.
We'll see.
Y'all know my fight. I know it's a pipe dream. Lomachenko versus Abdullah Mason. That'll make a star. He will be a star if he win that fight. He will be a star.
I don't think Lomachenko's doing that one.
Abdullah Mason is Lomachenko. Throwback HBO style, Ezra.
It would make sense.
Question from Sibby, Matt, for you. If Loma and Foster were to fight, would that be at 130 or 135?
130, because Charlie Suarez is at 130.
That fight might stink. Ew, who gonna leave? Oshaki and Lomachenko have a fucking faint fest?
I don't know. Wait. Haney versus Lomachenko was great.
Yeah, because Haney pressed Haney because he know he had to press forward against Haney.
I think Loma will press
Oh,
forward against Shock. I think he will press forward. He will press forward. I think that'll be a good fight.
I think it'll be an excellent fight.
Yeah.
I just want to see O'Shaquie Foster in big fights only. He deserved it. He did his thing. He beat Stephen Fulton when a lot of people doubted him.
Okay, now if Loma were to get Charlie Suarez, does that mean Navarrete's Shaki Foster is open for a business?
Bro, they're not making that fight.
I don't think they are either, but I'm just throwing
They've
stuff out
had
there. I don't think they're making Suarez.
had years to make that fight, Ezra.
I don't think they're making Suarez Lomachenko. I'm just throwing stuff out there
Why don't you think that?
because I don't think Lomachenko's coming back. I think he's only coming back for a big fight. I think he's going because he
Would you
knows he
be
has one
shocked
fight left.
if Lomachenko comes back for Charlie Suarez?
I would.
depends on the check. What's the check, Ezra?
It's not gonna be what he wants. He's looking for like a tank. He wants a tank fight. That's why he didn't take it when it was there.
He had a tank fight. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know, but I think he wanted to get out of that top rank deal.
Another
so you
question
think
from
sitting
our
out
guy
was gonna
Gritty
get him out of the
here.
deal?
Huh?
Matt,
Does
you
he
go.
think that sitting out was going to get him out of the deal?
I think fighters think a lot of crazy things.
Speaking of that, question from the guy Gritty again. Do you have any details of how long Loma is on his contract? He's asking, isn't Loma off the top rank soon?
Loma claims he's off the top rank deal. Top rank claims that Loma's on the deal. I've never seen someone not fight their way off a deal. That's usually the way you get out of a deal, is you fight their fight. I've never seen them have a next fight on you. You retire and come back and be like, I'm a free agent. I've never seen it.
All right. Anything else on Shaki Foster versus Ray Savage before we move on to the next topic? Matt, Ty, Ezra, any final thoughts?
I don't know. Did y'all? My man and I gotta be real. Did y'all see my man interview having excuses about those Shockey fight? Stephen Fulton.
What are you talking about?
How he said he was having trouble making weight.
Yeah, and other shit. He had an interview with Ak and Barak, and he was up there having excuses. He's been doing excuses like my man Lefty said. A fighter can never lose fairly. There's always some bullshit.
Only Ezra.
I'm the only one I've ever done it. I'm the only one that's ever lost like that. The one thing is, like, we've always heard that, like, Fulton's camps are not the greatest and everything. I think he was winning those fights in spite of those things, and I think it just paid the ultimate price in that fight. But I do think that there's a flaw in Fulton's. I think there's Ostraki Foster, which is technically better than him too, though. So maybe it was all those things, and I think Ostraki Foster was just technically better than him as well.
Who wins today, Ezra?
He said he was past the weigh-in.
Who wins today, Ezra?
I'm not at that portion of the show yet.
Oh no, it's a full preview.
I thought we were waiting for that for the parlay and pick section.
Well,
I'm ready to pick.
Yeah,
I'm ready to pick.
Who you got?
I got Ostraki Foster winning this fight by decision. I do think that Ford will make the mistake of trying to pick shots with Foster early. I do think that will happen, and by the time that he tries to change it up, I think he'll be down too many. I think it'll get tighter as far as the rounds will be more competitive in the second half of the fight. But I do think that the first few rounds, I think that Ford's going to allow a lead to kind of slip on him.
What's your confidence level, Ezra?
Oh, confidence level? That's a good one. My confidence level is a 3.
All right, and you're saying decision?
Yes.
Yep. All right.
I'm taking Ostraki by decision. My confidence level is a 5 on this one. I'll be honest.
Well, that really
I don't see a path to victory for Ray Ford.
Well, that really pisses me off. Now I have to root against my pick.
You don't have to.
He needs you to lose more points than you'll gain over him.
Shock by decision. Book it.
Hey,
that's my pick as well.
One thing I am worried about. This is a 50-50 fight. Everybody pick a shot.
Because
setting ourselves up.
I think because the temperament and how Shock been fighting, I just think he how to fight. He been more active than Ray. I think you book it. That shit look that shit like a Chiefs Raiders game. You know what's gonna happen.
All right, what's next?
All right. Next up here, we got Dimitri Bivol also returning today against Michael Eifert. Ezra, any chance Eifert has in this fight?
Listen, we saw Usyk, right, in a fight that we thought was, I mean, this was nonsense. Usyk's going to play with the guy. It's going to be whenever he wants to end it type fight. And he should have been down on the cards to me in a major way before he got the stoppage, before he pulled out that stoppage out of his ass. Eifert, to me, Bivol should smoke Eifert. It should not be close. But you know, sometimes you ain't motivated for a fight. Sometimes you ain't giving you 100% in the thing. I don't think Bivol's gonna do that. I think Bivol's gonna perform at his level, and I think Bivol's gonna win clearly on this fight. I think that tune-ups and all that. This fight does not need to happen. It's just I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you're Bivol and it seems like you finally worked your spot into a interesting position where you could get some big fights and all that. I mean, it's like we always say, Matt, you never know a guy is until he has that position. He has that position and he is showing us who he is. I think that Bivol is such an excellent fighter too. Like that's the thing that really just to me, he should be the guy that says, I want to fight everyone in the ring. Like whoever I could get in, any name I could get in, let's get in. And he's also, to me, has a style that can move up in weight. Like he has a style that can do all these great things. And it's just wasting his time and his career. And we're going to look back. I'm telling you, you're going to look back and say, did this guy waste his career? Did he waste his opportunity?
Maybe he just doesn't want to get beat the hell up.
Maybe.
Because the big fight you're referring to is David Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to say, hey, take that fight. But does he really want to get beat up by David Benavidez? I don't think he does.
Benavidez, he on my man at Chills. You can come up Benavidez. He on my man a rematch.
I agree. I agree with that too.
Benavidez on the bigger and better things, man.
Let's be honest. Today, he should be fighting Beterbiev.
And we go. I ain't the biggest Benavidez fan. I want Benavidez losing weight, going fighting him and compromise him. Some here fucking cruiserweight, might be heavyweight one day. Nah, that dude duck the smoke. Like when we talk about 5 years from now, 10 years now, when Benavidez retired, we talk about his Hall of Fame career. We gonna look at it like, well, Bivol ducked him. Like, nah, bro. Why would he lose 25 pounds to go fight him? Nah, bro. Fuck him. Nah, bro. Nah.
Or
he ain't Canelo. Nah, bro.
Maybe Bivol could gain 25 pounds to go up and fight him.
I get you, man, but dude duck that smoke, man. He know what he did. And he one day for y'all go to the next subject, whatever. Like, this dude, this shit might go to distance. Think about it, y'all. Before he fought that one bull over in the turkey card, all his shit was going to distance in high school gyms. Mm-hmm. So, like, dude, that shit might go 12-day a boring fight. If he won't be irrelevant, be irrelevant. Like I said, my Muslim brother gave him a shot, and what he do? He did some nut-ass shit and we give him a rematch. Beterbiev should never get. Beterbiev should have fought Benavidez. We had a fight of the year they fought. They'd have rumble for real. Benavidez versus Beterbiev. This nut. I see why Matt did that space about that. You know what I mean?
I think too. Like if you're Bivol, I mean, he doesn't seem to care. So I mean, I could, like he's saying, sorry, he go decision. He don't give a damn. But goodness gracious, it don't look great if you go decision today.
What's my man name? What's my man name? He trained with Bo Max. Super middleweight.
Oh,
J-Roll guy. Lester Martinez.
Yeah. Fuck out of there, Bivol. Go fight Lester Martinez for $500,000, nigga. Go get $500,000, go fight Lester Martinez. You ain't getting no money. You don't blew the bag. Fight a milli for $1 million.
Is Turkey
the
best and worst thing to happen to Bivol?
It's a good one, man. I like that one. A lot of fighters, man.
He's the best thing to happen to Bivol. He's the best thing to happen to Bivol because I don't know. Like what was Bivol doing before all this?
No. But as what he's saying is the best thing. He got the bag personally for him, but he got in a position that he don't want to fight nobody. That's what Matt saying.
Yeah, but that's him. But either way, then he would always be like, "You're on mute, Huey."
No one was paying for him to fight anyone anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So he wasn't going to get any interesting fights that we cared about.
Yeah,
that's the reason that we couldn't get the better. That's the reason we couldn't get the Beterbiev fight. Nobody cared enough to pay to see him fight Beterbiev.
Yeah, Turkey is the best thing to happen to a guy like Bivol. Like that's for sure because there was no money behind him. That's what I'm telling you. Like these Eastern European fighters, you cannot build anything around them because they're not going to have the fan base enough to generate things. There's a guy that beat Canelo. It didn't really do anything. Like people knew who he was, but he wasn't going to sell no fights. That's what I'm saying. Is these guys like that you can't build anything around. Turkey because he don't care about making a profit. Well, could put this guy in some good opportunities because he didn't care about making money.
I got a question, Az. Let's say it wasn't the zone, it was on HBO or ESPN. Could Bivol have been a bigger star then?
No, it doesn't work.
No, getting about a lot of people never seen the zone, don't know what the zone is. But like, we gotta be real. Some people like people knew HBO, they knew ESPN. Maybe they might have seen Bivol fight Canelo on there.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
more people would have seen it.
Yeah, more people would have saw it, but I don't think he's ever a superstar in the sport.
He's a star. I'm talking about more people would have seen it. He'd been more known if it was on a different channel.
But he didn't. Remember, this is the guy that did fight on HBO.
He did. He was on HBO. He was on HBO. You're right. He was.
It wasn't like, oh wow, this is blowing up. It wasn't the way guys like that work. And I always say this is they could be great B-sides, like a Golovkin. Golovkin could be a great B-side to a Canelo, right? That's how you build these guys. You build them off that this guy is so technically better, stronger, whatever, that he could beat whoever the star is at that point. That's how you build these guys. And the same thing happened to UFC with Khabib. Khabib was the counter to Conor. That's why he blew up on his name, on the thing like that. The only way you build these guys up is off somebody else's name. That's why Bivol versus Benavidez is a big fight.
Why didn't Russia embrace Bivol?
I don't know. What guys at Russia embraced in boxing that they were like, this is a massive name?
I can't think of any.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a great question.
Yeah, there's no market there for it. It's just
the Russian Rocky.
That's the only one I could think of.
He was a star.
There's no market for it. That's what I'm saying. There's no market for it. There's no market for it.
You die.
And that's it. So you cannot build guys. You cannot build your promotion or build these guys into massive names unless you have an ultimate A side that you're like, you could build them as a challenger to that guy.
Okay, real quick, let's say if G got that first decision versus Canelo, what you think?
Oh yeah, that would have been huge for him, but he still would have never surpassed Canelo. He was the
not surpassing, but you don't think? Well, he was putting on shows by himself. I think.
Yeah, he was. That's the thing. But he was building on shows because he was the guy to challenge Canelo. That was the thing. You're building towards that fight. That was the whole thing with Triple G is you were building towards this guy is the counterpart to Canelo. That's the thing was. Now, if he beats Canelo in the first one, whatever, no matter what, you're getting a rematch. And it's all still, his whole career is still based on Canelo. It never stopped being based on Canelo's whole career.
Well, that's why we talk about it another day. We talk about it nauseam before the spaces. It's because he ain't fight Charlo and Boo Boo and other guys. That's why he could afford them. He wanted to fight. That bum from Canada. You know what I'm talking about. You know I'm bad with names.
What bum from Canada?
He put that bum from Canada at the guard.
Oh, he fought.
No, not David Lemieux. The other one. Remember on the zone dude. The first fight in the zone.
Rose.
Oh, Steve Rose.
He's fighting Steve Rose.
Unnecessary shot at Steve Rose.
He go top. My memory back. He fought Zermeta.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes.
So imagine he fought Charlo and Andrade.
That's what I'm saying. Well, he could have got more creative with it. But all I'm saying is the reason why we knew him was because of the Canelo matchup. That's just the truth of it. And that's the only way you could build a guy like this. And that's what I'm saying with Bivol. They could do whatever they want, whatever nonsense they want, but just know they're only doing that nonsense at a loss. They're only doing all these nonsense at a loss because you're not going to build him into a superstar, and these fights don't make him superstar. I'll be honest with you. I forgot that he was fighting Eifert today. I did not realize he was fighting Eifert today. I did not realize it.
I'm not gonna lie, I too forgot he was fighting today. I had to be reminded. We didn't even put it up on the website for the picks, which you guys need to go to the Brunch Boxing website. Go make your picks for tonight's fight. O'Shaquie Foster versus Raymond Ford. You have a chance to win Ezra's money.
Yeah, if you scroll up in the comments to the beginning of the show, you can find the direct link to the picks page. And then we do have one suggestion from our current listener of the year, Rosebud Ice Cream, as far as a Russian fighter that people got behind, Dmitry Pirog.
No, no one got behind him.
He just never really had the opportunity to build after that fight.
Yeah, I mean, he has a highlight that everybody watches, but it was more just because he upsetted Jacobs. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, don't, okay, well, here's the thing. Perot was supposed to fight Triple G. He pulled out because of back injury. That fight was signed, set, sealed, and delivered. He pulled out because of a back injury, never fought again. But there was I promise you, I remember when they made that fight, there wasn't a bunch of people clamoring for it. I remember I was excited. People that saw the Jacobs fight were very excited, like, oh, that's
Right.
going to be interesting. But no one was like clamoring, like, oh, this is going to ticket seller. No, they've never, ever they get behind.
He's saying in Russia they did.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Russian market. Any other thoughts on the Bivol matchup here for this afternoon before we move on?
No, like I said, we saw Usyk. Anything's possible. I'll tell you that right now. We make these guys into superheroes. They're not superheroes. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible, and I agree with Ty. I'm taking Dmitry Bivol to win by decision.
Same here. I'm at a 5.
Yeah, I'm not picking
come
him to stop
on,
by 3.
dude.
Come on, we're not
I
gonna
thought
bet
you were
those.
going to take the stoppage.
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm at a 5.
Oh, I just automatically put everyone at a 5.
Yeah, come on.
Son of a bitch. Why aren't you taking the stoppage?
Because I don't trust Bivol. Bivol has no shame in his game.
You know what? Can I switch my pick to stoppage?
Nope. It's official.
Yeah, you can.
No, how could he switch it? Well, what's the point of the system if we could just switch and do whatever the hell we want?
Because he's switching it before the fight.
Because
you
here's
can't
the
switch
thing,
after.
Ezra.
You can't switch after the fight. Once the first bell rings, pick's locked in.
Because Ezra, I don't
But
like
as long
that you are copying my pick. So I want to.
I'm not copying your pick.
Ezra,
It's the
Ezra.
obvious pick. But you know, fine. Let him pick knockout.
As long as I have it on wax, whether it's a DM, a text, or on a recorded space or stream, before the bell rings,
I don't
it
think you
counts.
guys are using
As long as it's on wax.
I don't think you guys are using on wax properly. Go ahead, Matt. Make your pick.
I'm taking
did.
Dmitry Bivol by knockout, and I'm a 5.
All right.
Sibby, it's on a scale of 1 to
All
5.
right, are you upset about this, Ezra?
I'm not. You know what?
He's
I'm
not upset. I don't get it.
I'm not.
Why are you upset that he's probably not going to get an extra point?
I don't know what he's gonna get, right? But what I know was gonna happen is it wasn't gonna have any effect on the total.
Hey,
now,
but you know what's gonna happen? You know what's funny? I think in your head you're like, "Yo, this guy's been on the heater."
yeah,
Watch
that's
Bivol get the
something
knockout.
stupid gonna happen. Yeah, something stupid's gonna happen. This will be the fight that Bivol starts coming in throwing heaters.
Shit.
What's next on the board?
Our guy Blunt's some boxing before we move on to the next one. He wanted to throw out another Russian name, Alexander Povetkin, and I think that's actually a good one.
That was more from the boxing side of Bloods and Boxing. All right, let's keep it rolling.
All right, so the WBC has ordered Noel Mikhailian to face David Benavidez for the cruiserweight title. We've also seen reports that Zuffa is going to make Jai Opetaia, or rather a ring event is going to make Jai Opetaia versus Noel Mikhailian. And we've seen Turkey say he wants to make David versus Jai next. What's going on at cruiserweight, Matt?
I think what you're seeing is just a lot of moving parts. Let's start with the least sexy name in here, Noel Mikhailian. Sources tell Brunch Boxing that Noel Mikhailian, his manager tried to deliver him to Zuffa. But his promoter, Don King, says, "Hey, buddy, we got a contract. You're not going to Zuffa. You're not going to Zuffa. Sorry, boy." You know, so that's really what happened with that. He tried to deliver him to Zuffa. Don King said, "Hell no." The WBC was giving Mikhailian and his manager and Don King time to work out a fight. They didn't work out a fight. They couldn't agree on a fight. So the WBC ordered Benavidez. Now, the reason why the WBC ordered Benavidez is because Benavidez's team, his promoter, Samson Lukowicz, petitioned the WBC to allow Benavidez to fight for the title. They said yes. I think it's a very good ruling. I think it's a good idea to have Benavidez fight for that WBC belt. And while it is unusual, it is not unprecedented. Lest we forget, go back 11 years to 2015, WBC light heavyweight champion Adonis Stevenson was ordered to fight unified light heavyweight champion Sergey Kovalev. It just so happened that Kovalev decided to pull out. But the WBC has done this before. So
Now,
I think the whole hubbub is much ado about nothing. I think that, I mean, let's be honest, it's a nothing fight.
okay. Nonetheless, I agree with you. It is a nothing fight for both guys. It's an absolute nothing fight.
No,
I do think,
no, it's something for Michalian. It's nothing for Benavidez.
no, I'm talking about for Jai or Benavidez. It's a nothing fight for them.
Okay.
Yes. Now, one guy that's going to benefit, I think, from this, but then I didn't realize this was with Don King, so he said that, so I don't know if there's going to be a benefit for this. But Noel seems to be like somewhat of a bidding war, right? In the situation, but not really, because they mandated that he reunify. Now, just questions, Matt, because you're more of an expert on this. What are the scenarios where the WBC will mandate you to unify your titles?
What do you mean mandate you to unify?
Was that what they're doing, right?
All they can do is mandate their champion to fight whoever.
Okay, right. But David has titles that other sanctioning bodies, correct?
Correct. But he
Now,
also has the WBC light heavyweight title.
So he has like an interim or whatever? Oh, the light heavyweight.
He has the WBC light heavyweight title.
Okay, question. Now, so is that the stipulation there? Is because he has a title, another thing he can demand that I'm moving up, I want a shot at that belt?
He's not demanding it. He petitioned them and they said, yeah. So here's the thing, right? Any fighter could petition for anything with a sanctioning body.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they're gonna say yeah.
No,
Well,
I get you.
Yeah.
But this isn't common.
Petition.
Well, okay, but we understand that this isn't common practice. Like I'm playing both sides. I don't want to be too much one side or the other. We this isn't common practice that a champion is mandated to fight for a title. That
I just literally said.
No, I know, right?
I gave you the history. I gave you the
what is the
precedent.
reason we don't get this more often, or what is the reason we're getting this now?
What is the reason we don't get this more often?
Yes, because we don't get it often. You had to go back 11 years to find another situation like it.
What did I tell you David Benavidez had to do to get this shot?
He petitioned.
Okay. There's your answer.
So, okay.
Maybe more fighters should advocate for themselves.
Well, it also, Ezra, to answer, I think Ezra's looking for. You also have to be a commercially successful fighter that's going to benefit the sanctioning organization for them to side with you.
Here's what I'm trying to figure out. What are you trying to get at? Yeah, because like you're fishing for something that's not there. You're not getting it.
I don't need
because here's the thing.
I have
you're not getting the answer that you want.
I'm not fishing for anything. I have the fish. I'm trying to understand why the fish is here. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm saying, what bait did we use to get here? Are we using a fishing pole that no one's used before? I mean, 11 years this hasn't happened. So you're telling me in 11 years, no champion has thought about petitioning to fight for this belt?
Well, the problem is that most of the time when fighters move up in weight, the way David did, they're moving up in weight using this petition. They're not going after another organization's belt. So in David's situation, it's unique. He moved up, did not get a WBC belt, and now he's petitioning as the 175-pound champion to also move up and challenge for the 200-pound title. So it's a unique situation with David. It's not similar to everyone else. We've seen this situation plenty of times. Shakur did this when he moved up to fight Jamel. He used his status as champion to move up and challenge for that title.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We see this all the time. We just don't see it in this situation.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that they did something that was so extremely creative that no one had ever thought of it before. I don't believe that. Okay, I don't believe that.
What do you mean? Did David Benavidez's team not petition to get the fight? I don't get it.
Yes, they did. But I'm saying what I'm telling you is, and what I believe is, and what I know is that this isn't some move that is unprecedented. It's not. It's a move unprecedented
I said it's not unprecedented. I gave you the precedent.
Hold on.
Stevenson versus Kovalev. Were you not listening?
Hold on, you're not listening to me. From David Benavidez's team. What I'm saying is there have been other champions who have wanted to unify, and for some reason we can't get those fights, right? And then we say, well, why doesn't that guy? Why can't you just make this guy the mentor? And they would say, well, he's a champion of this, and we have a ranking system here, and we're working our way up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems. And this hold on.
No, you
this
hold
seems,
on. Could
but,
you?
Matt, let him put his foot in his mouth.
No,
He's gonna walk himself into a
foot in my
corner.
mouth. But there's no foot in my mouth because you guys know this is true. Okay, so we can play pretend. This is what happens with the sanctioning bodies. We play pretend, and this is. I'm not going to do it because this is what people expect brunch boxing to do. I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh my God!
People expect brunch boxing to find a way to find this acceptable.
Let me
sorry.
first of all,
I'm not going to play that.
Hold on, wait. This is not acceptable.
No,
it's 100% acceptable.
No, it's not acceptable.
Why
it's only acceptable because we want it to be acceptable in this situation.
No. Explain why. No. Explain.
Because we've had a champ.
Ezra, calm down. Ezra, calm down. First of all, what's not acceptable and who's wrong in this situation? Because now I'm confused.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not acceptable. Because this is another situation that happens all the time, especially with the
acceptable,
WBC.
First of all, tell me what's not acceptable.
Can you? I don't know. Can I answer the question?
Well, you're not answering the question. What is not acceptable?
Letting me. You're not allowing me.
Because I'm asking you.
No, but Ezra, just before you go into your explanation.
Acceptable? You're explaining something, and that's what you're explaining.
Without explaining.
No. Before you,
how about you tell us what's not acceptable first? It's very simple. What is not acceptable, Ezra?
Like, what are you taking issue with them doing?
Adjusting the rules adjusting the rules for certain fighters. That's what they're doing.
They're not adjusting the rules.
It wouldn't be 11 years of this not happening. Okay,
they're not adjusting the rules.
They are adjusting the rules. This is the thing.
Ezra, here's what you stumbled across. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Ezra.
In the rule book, the way it's graded, they can do whatever the hell they want.
Hey, listen, none of us are going to finish our point.
And then they say,
none of us are going to finish our point.
Do whatever we want.
None of us are going to finish our point then. None of us are going to finish our point. Because
we do have a guest in the space as well.
I don't care about the guest. Here's what you stumbled into, Ezra. Here's what you stumbled into that you don't realize. You said, oh, no other fighter has thought to petition to fight for the other section of body belt when they were trying to get a unification. You ever stop to think that maybe a lot of times, a lot of these fighters are just talking because it's free? And they not
11 years.
Oh yeah.
For 11 years. Yeah. They've all been yellow battling. For 11 years. All these fighters have been yellow battling. For 11 years.
But guess what? David Benavidez wants the belt. So he goes after it.
Come on.
He goes after it.
Okay, he goes after
it.
Okay, let me tell you what I believe happened here. Don't know for a fact, but just a theory of what I believe here. I think that the WBC, the sanctioning bodies, are at war with Turkey, with Zuffa, with all these things. I think that they saw that they were trying to get the fight with Noel, and they said, no, not with our belt. And they called this the thing. Now, we know that these sanctioning bodies, especially WBC, have rules that say all these things, but at the end of it, they always put, but we can do this, and this, if we feel deemed that it's necessary, or deemed that it's right, or deemed that it fits the justification to do it. And that's what they do. And that's another one of these scenarios. Okay, another one of these scenarios.
Hey, WBC's at war with Turkey. Where was Mauricio Sulaiman in Turkey last week?
Do they?
Who was the guy that made the special?
Do they rank? Because I'm just curious. Do sanctioning bodies rank other champions?
No.
Right? Who's the number one right now for what's the name's title? Noel.
Why don't you go look it up? You want us to stop the show to go look it up?
I mean, I don't.
Did you look it up already? No. I'm asking you.
The phone. I'm just asking a simple question.
Did you look it up already?
No.
I have a real question because I'm not actually sure the answer. I'm not actually sure the answer though. Did they rank him at number one, or did they just name him the mandatory? Because those are two completely different things.
Mandatory. They did not rank him at number one.
Those are two completely different things, Ezra. And no, Ezra, I want you to do me a favor. After the show, go back and read through all 4 sanctioning bodies, rules and regulations, because every single one of them says if approved by the championship committee, a unification bout will take priority over a mandatory on the rankings. Every single one of them.
Huey, they're ordering the unification bout. They didn't make a unification bout. They're forcing the guy's hand to do it.
Because the championship committee, because the championship committee of the WBC approved David's petition for him to challenge for it, and which makes it have priority as a unification over their rankings, per their bylaws.
Huey, per their bylaws, they can do whatever the hell they want. They just had a kickboxer fight for the belt, Huey. What are you talking about? Are we making shit up? Like, why do we do this? We don't need to do this.
You know what it is, Ezra?
No, we just had a fucking kickboxer fight for the heavyweight championship. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
No, the kickboxer. What championship did the kickboxer fight for?
Let me tell you something.
Ezra, what championship did the kickboxer fight for?
Whatever championship.
There was no championship belt on the line last week.
There was no belt on the line.
No.
Oh, there was no belt on the line.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
All right.
You're not
whatever.
The situation.
Whatever.
Go look it up.
Okay. Well, I know this. Wait, but I know this for sure because Suleiman said after, if they fought a rematch, there would be.
If they fought a rematch.
Okay, but wait, hold on.
But why did he say that? He said that because
right hold on. He said that right after the fight.
But why did he say that?
I could pull it up.
Okay, and why did he say that?
Why? Tell me. Why did he say that?
He said that because a lot of people thought that Verhoeven was done wrong.
But wait. What about the rules of the rankings? Wait. Oh, but a lot of people thought. So are the rules in rankings or they're not? It's just whatever this guy feels at the time.
It's not whatever he feels. Here's the thing, right?
Right after the fight.
And you know what's funny though?
And feel the temperature of the room.
You know what's funny though? You heard Mauricio Suleiman said if they do a rematch next time the belt will be on the line. So you should have known that the belt wasn't on the line in the first fight.
I don't know. No, I don't. He didn't phrase it like that. He said, if they do the rematch, I will approve. No. Let me tell you the way he said it. He said, if they do the rematch, I will approve it. I will approve a rematch and agree upon a rematch with the title on line. That's what he said. He didn't say next time.
Boxrec does have WBC heavy listed on the.
Listen, Huey, wait. Say it again, Huey.
Boxrec has the WBC heavy listed on their page.
And guess what? Guess what?
I said for what it's worth. I don't know if Gray's right or wrong on that one.
Hey, and guess what? That was input by Boxer Gray. That's my guy, but sometimes he.
That's what I said. For what it's worth.
Yeah,
mistakes happen. I know he's made mistakes. He's admitted to them.
It wasn't on the line. It wasn't on the line. I hate to break it to you, which is why he specifically said if they do a rematch, we'll approve it.
Was any title on the line? Was any title on the line?
No. The only title that was on the line, if you call it a title, was that ceremonial Egypt WBC belt. That was it. The WBA and the WBO said that if Usyk had lost, that their belts would become vacant.
Let me see here.
Yeah, go
no,
look.
I have a second phone.
Okay.
While you're looking that up, we do have a guest, the official historian of brunch boxing, Father Daniel J-Ro. What do you got to add to the conversation?
I will say this. The reason why the petition was accepted by the WBC is because Benavidez is the light heavyweight WBC champion. Same way how Ray Vargas was the 126 WBC champion, petitioned to fight for the vacant 130 WBC versus Shaki Foster, and that got accepted. Also, there's another precedent because when Canelo, who was the middleweight WBC champion, moved up to fight the WBA champion Carol Smith, and Benavidez got stripped of his title, they petitioned to fight for the vacant title. We neither one of them when Carol Smith was the WBA champion, and that was granted as well. So it hasn't been 11 years. This happens all the time with the WBC, especially if you are a champion in another weight class for their belt.
Yeah, so I don't get why Ezra is acting like this is.
You said wait, Matt. You said 11 years. I didn't say 11 years.
No. What I said was the last time the WBC ordered their champion to fight another sanctioned body's champion was 11 years ago. That's a matter of fact.
Now, I'm just saying right now, this happened. Like I said, the rule sets that they have, they can adjust to whoever the big name is or whoever they want the situation to be. I think that's pretty obvious. I think that's pretty obvious. We could choose to say, no, that's not the case. Whatever. I'm not going to play that game. Yeah, they do it to whoever they feel they want to do it with. Like in a lot of situations, if you move up, the WBC will make you say, hey, you're gonna move up, or you're gonna keep your belt right here, and then maybe strip you of your belt when you move up and fight for another title. Situations have happened like that before. They adjust it to according who the person is. That's all they have.
Who they adjusted to? Who they adjusted to?
They adjusted for David.
How? He's not a WBC champion cruiserweight. So if and when he wins the WBC cruiserweight belt, then he will have time to make a decision on where he wants to campaign. He's not the WBC champion of cruiserweight. The problem is, Ezra, you don't know the rules, but you're flying off the handle about it.
The problem is no. The
You
problem
don't, because you
is
don't
they
know.
adjust
You're
the
not.
rules.
You're not educated
But
on it.
Matt, here's the thing.
Ezra, he's not a WBC.
There's no Matt.
He's
There's
not
no
the
hard,
WBC.
Matt.
Is
There's
he
no
the
hard line
cruiserweight
rules.
champion?
They have
Is he the
rules.
cruiserweight
They have
champion?
ins. They have ins and outs depending on your name. What they can do, they create an out for themselves in every situation depending on the name. We all know they do that. You're playing dumb, but this was a scenario you would not play dumb. Okay, you play dumb for them when you feel like it's someone that you're okay with it happening.
No, what I do is I explain it
No, you
properly
don't. Matt,
to
anyone
people.
can explain. They make the rules so anyone can explain the situation.
So you're telling me David Benavidez' team didn't petition to fight for this
I'm
belt?
sure they did, Matt. But I'm sure other people have done that before, and they've
like who? Name them.
Oh, Matt.
Name them.
Come on.
You know what? That's a good question as well. Name a WBC champion that petitioned to fight for a belt in another weight class, and they got returned out.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
But that's
what I'm saying.
Ezra, you're trying to make the situation to only him
What
being
I'm
a champion
saying
at cruiserweight,
is
when
give
that's
me-
not the reason that this is getting ordered. He's not getting this ordered because he's a champion at cruiserweight. He's getting this ordered because he's the WBC champion at light heavyweight. Him being the WBO and is it IBF or whatever other belt he has at cruiserweight doesn't matter in this case.
Remember when there was about to order that Benavidez or somebody was about to petition to for Benavidez to be Canelo mandatory, but Canelo's team jumped the gun and said, "Hey, we petitioned to fight for the WBC at cruiserweight
against Makuba."
And that was about to be approved. I think that got approved or what have you.
Yeah. I get that rule with the WBC.
You know why Canelo could petition that? But Canelo could petition that because he was the super WBC
I get that rule.
And by the way, just so you know, Ezra,
I understand that rule. I know
sanctioned body allows you to do that. By the way,
I know. I understand that rule.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, this guy moved up. He didn't fight for the WBC belt when he moved up. He moved up and fought for another belt. And then after that fight, that thing, they're saying now he's going to fight for these belts. Now, okay, whether that's allowed, I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's something in the rules that says this. Yes, you can do this. Okay. But what I'm telling you is, in other situations, they adjust their rules depending on what the guy's power is.
But we're talking about this situation. We're talking about this situation, though. We're talking about this situation.
I'm sorry. Say it again, Matt. I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
We're talking about this situation.
I know. And I'm telling you that they did this, right, where he fought for a belt. And now he's going to fight for he's going to fight for the other belt when he didn't move up automatically and fight for their belt. And I can't give me another situation that matches exactly that. The guy moves up, fights for other belts, other sanctioned body belts, and still has the right to keep his mandatory status for the other belt.
What do you mean keep his mandatory status? He's the champion. He's not a mandatory, he's the champion.
Yeah, he's never mandatory.
He's the WBC champion at 175 pounds, Ezra. Do you not understand that?
Okay, I get it.
Are you sure?
I get it. I get 100%.
Canelo was going to fight Callum Smith for the WBA belt. When Benavidez got stripped and that title became vacant, then the petition, hey, let's throw in that belt also because I'm the super middleweight.
Yeah.
So technically, Callum Smith got a chance to fight for both belts.
He did.
Yeah.
Callum Smith did. As a WBA champion, he got ordered to fight for the vacant WBC belt.
Yeah. Like I said, it's whatever. Canelo's the key name in there, but we could just focus on Callum Smith.
Again, Ray Vargas did the same. Ray Vargas could have fought. Well, if Ray Vargas would have fought at Navarrete, for example, 130 for the WBO title, beat Navarrete, he still, as the 126 WBC champion, could have petitioned to fight Oshaki for the WBC belt.
I get you.
I don't understand why you have an issue with that ruling.
I have an issue with. I don't think it would work that way for other fighters. I think that if another fighter said, "Wait, I'll tell you. I'm just telling you right now. And I'm sure I could find a scenario. So maybe if I had more time to research it, I'm sure I could find a scenario.
Okay.
But I'm saying a fighter moving up in weight to fight for another sanctioned body's belt, I think the WBC would say, "Hey, you either move up to fight ours or you drop this belt."
That's not true.
That's what I think. That's just what I think. Now I have to go find the evidence. So let's come back at this. Let me look into it, and we'll see. I'll point out scenarios where I think.
Hey, you know what? If you knew you felt this way, perhaps you should have looked into it before the show.
Ezra, I actually do want you to look into this, and if you find something, you should make a video for it and post it on the page.
There you go. We'll do that.
All right. Any other thoughts on the madness at cruiserweight before we move on?
Well, what does this play out, Matt? How does this play out? What's going to happen?
I think how this plays out is David Benavidez ends up fighting Noel Michaelian on a Riyadh season card or
On a
Ring
Riyadh
Magazine
season
card.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, listen. I like David. PBC ain't paying for that fight.
yeah. It's not like there's a lot of options.
They're gonna say, "Hey, Turkey, hey, Turkey."
Wait. I don't know who. I don't know. We'll talk about later.
Huh?
No, because there was another thing saying that Noel was offered a few fights or whatever. But I don't know. I don't remember who reported. I don't want to say it.
No. What happened is Noel, he can't get fights. Him and his manager can't agree with Don King. They tried to deliver him to Zuffa. Don King ain't have. Why would Don King give up his fight to Zuffa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really what happened.
Now, question.
Yes.
Jai fighting Noel, right? Well, that would be Jai has the Zuffa belt, so he couldn't fight for his belt.
The WBC ruled if Noel Michaelian fights anybody but Benavidez next, he will do so as a former WBC champion.
No, this is it. But even before that ruling, though, what I'm saying is the WBC wouldn't allow Jai to fight for his belt.
You're making that up. We don't know.
No. I know. I'm literally making this up. But what I'm saying is that would that be the case? Because
we don't know. We haven't had this scenario. We don't know.
Yeah, the WBC would have to review the situation and actually determine whether or not they were going to approve their belt to be on the line against Jai Opetaia.
Okay.
We don't know. But
real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, because from my understanding, only two sanctioning bodies have said they were not allowed to for champion. Yeah. IBF and the WBO, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the WBC. And I would like to point out that Jai Opetaia is number 3 in the WBC cruiserweight rankings. So it's not like they've banned him or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so
he fits all the qualifications. If they were to have him as the opponent, I don't think that there's any reason, unless you're saying, like you said, they don't approve him as the Zuffa champion, which he's not. Is he actually officially the Zuffa champion?
Yeah, he's the Zuffa champion.
Yeah, he's the Zuffa champion.
I couldn't remember if it was on. I couldn't remember if they did that yet.
Now, Matt, since you know that Jai's number 3, who's number 1
in the BC? Ryan Rozicki.
Oh, Ryan Rozicki, and he's the fight for Zuffa. Okay.
Ryan Rozicki, yeah. So let's not pretend like the WBC is doing something to Zuffa.
No one is pretending.
You are.
I just gave a scenario. We just saw a situation where 2 belts said no. So I'm just curious.
But it wasn't the WBC.
I get that. That's why I asked the question. I said, literally made up.
Why are you so sensitive? Because here's the thing. If anything, Ezra, we have seen that the WBC is a lot more flexible than other organizations.
You're telling me? Look at the rule book. Now, why are you so sensitive when it comes to WBC? I'm just curious.
I am sensitive about misinformation being put on Brunch Boxing.
No, I don't think it's misinformation, but I think
it is.
I think that in every scenario, I've never heard you really say anything that says like,
because you happen to be wrong. You happen to be wrong.
I'm just saying though.
Hey, listen, if you find me a scenario where the WBC fucked up, I'll say, hey, yeah, they fucked up there.
But then it'd be like, well, actually, the WBC says
you know where they fucked up at. You know where they fucked up at.
I want to make this clear. The WBC did sanction the Usyk Verhoeven fight.
Not for their belt.
Oh, okay, all right.
It wasn't for their belt.
All right.
It wasn't for their belt, which is why Mauricio said after the fight, if they do a rematch, we will approve it with the belt on the line.
You're making that up. You're making that up.
No, you made that up. That's what you said. You said he said that. Wait, Ezra. You didn't say that. That's what Mauricio said after the fight?
I said that, but I said I didn't have his exact wording. Now you're apparently I said you have the exact wording now. Now you have the exact wording.
Oh, okay.
You have the exact wording.
All right, Ezra. All right. Now, Jai Opetaia.
You know what? I want to also put this.
Hold on. Wait,
hold on.
Are you still with us, J-Ro? Hold on. J-Ro, are you still with us?
Hold on.
Yes,
on the WBC website, it doesn't have this for the WBC heavyweight title.
Say that again?
So unless I'm wrong here, I'm looking at special preview. Alexander Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. It says WBC heavyweight, Usyk versus Verhoeven. Now, I don't. Is that not for the belt, or what am I reading into here?
You're reading that Usyk is the WBC heavyweight champion.
Oh, okay. All right.
It wasn't for the belt, brother. They just let you know that Usyk is the champion. He is the champion. Now, J-Ro, you are of the opinion that Ja Opataya has basically disqualified himself from a lot of conversations by joining Zuffa. Can you explain your position on this thing?
Well, here's my thing. What Zuffa wants to be, they want to be a league. They want boxing to change completely from where it was a free market of fighters, fighting for this belt, that belt, whatever, and what have you, to be a league controlled by Zuffa. They're going to Congress to change that federal law to allow, hey, we're going to have our own champion, we're going to have our own rankings, and we're going to have a fighter that we control, and they got to wear what we tell them to wear. So once you made that where you gave up an IBF belt, and make no mistake, he gave up the belt when he signed with Zuffa and agreed to fight for their belt. Because he could have told Dana White, or he could have told people in Zuffa, hey, I don't want to give him my belt. They're saying, hey, if that title's on the line, they're going to strip me. Let's not put that title on the line. He never told them that. Or if he did, they still said, hey, the hell with your thought. We're going to put the belt regardless because we control you. Hey, he's a grown man. He made that decision to sign with him. And therefore, anyone to me that signs with a league, you're no longer in the traditional boxing landscape anymore. You're just not. So you're out of that conversation of fighting for the traditional boxing titles and any fighter that's in the traditional boxing landscape.
Now, is that within their rules, or is this just what you feel like should be?
Whose rule?
The sanctioning bodies.
No, well, I mean, I think the IBF feels that way. The WBO feels that way, right?
I don't think they feel that way about the league. I think they feel that way about the belt. I think you could. I think if the belt wasn't involved and you fought in Zuffa's league, I think that they would be okay with it.
But Zuffa league is to have their own champion.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like Zuffa, like for example, Zuffa wants to change the weight classes, right? They don't want to have strawweights.
Yeah.
Hey,
right?
they're not all bad, I guess.
Huh?
I said they're not all bad, I guess.
Yeah. They don't want to have. They don't want to have what? Super middleweights. They don't want to have junior middleweights. They don't want to have those weight classes anymore. They want to switch everything that is boxing that we know right now. So once you sign with them, you're no longer in the traditional boxing landscape anymore. You're in the league, and you can't complain and bitch when a champion from a traditional boxing landscape don't want to fight you. Why did you sign with him? And by the way, when did Jai sign with Zuffa? Before or after David said he was moving up to cruiserweight?
After.
Bro, you see this guy who's very popular coming up to your weight class. He's about to fight a guy that's unified champion. You have one belt. Why would you sign up for a league instead of trying to say, hold on, let me see let's see if he unifies, maybe we can make a 3-belt unification.
Questions that need answers.
Matt. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, J-Ro. My bad. There you go.
No, but no one asked those questions. No one can. And all they see is a fucking vague Lance Pugmire article saying, hey, he turned down fucking Jai because I'm sorry for cursing, because he wants to wait on Canelo. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
and now everyone's running with the ducking thing.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that article? In that very same article, the next paragraph, he said that Benavidez wants to come back in November. So you're telling me that Benavidez was waiting on Canelo to fight in September and then come back in November sounds like bullshit to me. It's a bunch of who shot John. A bunch of who shot
A
John.
lot of who shot John.
Honestly, that article and the 2 series of articles by Lance Pugmire, some of the worst journalistic work I've seen in quite some time. Like, 'cause it just literally made no sense at all. It doesn't pass the smell test. And usually when something doesn't pass the smell test, that just means that it stinks.
Now, I got something that does pass the smell test. Okay, here's an article written on the WBC website. And it says, these 2 exceptional fighters / athletes will face each other Saturday, May 23rd. I don't even, you know what? I want to say exojournalism. I don't know what this word is. Testing their skills. Maybe I shouldn't have read all this. Let's just get to the part that's key to this. Application of power for the WBC Heavyweight World Championship at the foot of the majestic pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Now, Matt, is the WBC wrong?
Is that an article or a ruling?
This is an article.
Oh, hey, let me tell you something, my friend.
So you're saying so?
Hold on. Let me tell you something, my friend, because hey, you must not remember brunch boxing versus Gilberto Mendoza. Okay, hey, our article is written by a third party and is not an official ruling, my friend.
So on their website, it says it's for the WBC heavyweight.
Okay, Jesus Milano.
For this article, it's for the WBC title. On BoxRec, it's for the WBC title. They're the sanctioning body for the thing. But Matt has this information that this is not for the belt. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Correct.
All right. God, that pisses me off. I got to tell you, that pisses me off.
Hey, it should piss you off. But yeah, I can't believe you have a problem with David Benavidez fighting for the cruiserweight belt. That's so
I have no problem. I have no problem with it because I accept that the belts will do whatever they want to do. The sanctioning bodies will do whatever they do depending on your name.
It's stupid that you have a problem with it. It really is.
I have no issue with it. It's not okay, but can I be honest with you? I don't want to see that fight. That's not a fight that I'm
fight. Hey, listen, if it was up to me, we would be getting Benavidez versus Bivol or Benavidez next.
Of course. But I have no excitement for that fight. Now, I don't blame Benavidez if he can't get no one else in the ring. That's not his fault. But I have zero excitement for that fight.
If you're Benavidez, would you fight? Okay, what's my question?
Let's go to heavyweight.
No. Would you fight Ja Opetaia, even though Opetaia doesn't have a belt?
Yeah, hell yeah. But here's the thing. And this is what I was in the argument with. I don't know, like what J-Ro's saying, what we've seen happen with Ja. I don't know what would happen and what are the terms that have to be to make that fight. Because he's with Zuffa, it makes things very, very complicated to make that fight. Okay, it makes things very, very complicated. And will David lose belts before fighting that fight? Well, what will, you know what I mean? I don't know what happens.
I don't think it's that complicated because it won't be on a Zuffa show.
No, it would be on a ring card.
It'll be on a ring card. Yeah, it'll be on a ring card.
I don't think it'll be on a ring card either. I think
it would be a PBC event?
Because who the fuck is Ja Opetaia to call shots with David Benavidez?
No, I mean that's fair, but I don't know. I feel like he's attached to them, so I don't know how he gets out of that. And I mean, would
PBC want to pay for the? Does PBC want to pay?
Yeah, I'm saying, like, why wouldn't PBC just be like, I mean, I'm fine. So you have
it's too bad they couldn't put that as a doubleheader with Spence versus Zoo in Australia.
Are you speaking of? We saw Jermell Charlo potentially announced as the co-feature of this fight. How do you feel about that, Matt?
I don't like it. You know, and here's why I don't like it. Because if Jermall Charlo is the co-feature to Spence versus Zoo in Australia, you know what that means? It means
he's not fighting in the US?
No, I don't give a shit about that. It means that his opponent won't be Caleb Plant. That would mean that his opponent is going to be some Australian Joe Bear. So I'm half expecting to see Jermall Charlo versus either Cesar Mateo Tapia.
Oh, you know what? I like that actually.
or someone of that ilk. What's Jeff Horn doing these days?
Is he retired?
I don't know. What is he doing these days? I don't know. But yeah, it just means there's no plant fight next, which really ticks me off. But if they do Cesar Mateo Tapia, that's going to be a banger. For those who don't know, Cesar Mateo Tapia won half of the brunch boxing fight of the year against Andrew Saavedra.
Mexican Australian. Don't see that very often.
Yeah, and he's Tim Zoo's sparring mate. So it's like a natural synergy with that type of relationship. Yeah, but I'm very disappointed. I wanted Caleb playing.
Ezra, what are your thoughts about Jamal Charlo potentially returning in Australia?
I gotta be honest, it's a little surprising that he's gonna return in Australia. I'll also believe it when he gets in the actual ring. He's one of those guys I don't believe until he steps foot in the ring and the bell rings. But it's whatever. I think that Jamal, I'm not like my high hopes on Jamal that he's gonna do something in the sport anymore. I think he's kind of past it. But like I said, the Cesar Mateo fight, I would actually be pretty interested in that. So that if they could do something like that, I have a feeling it's going to be much worse than that. But we shall see. Also, BBC reported that the WBC belt was on the line for this fight. So you tell me to go get the information. I've gotten the information for some credible sources, in my opinion. And yeah, the WBC belt was on the line for that fight.
Are they credible because they match your opinion?
They are credible because I can't find anything saying that it's not against my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I haven't looked for something that says.
Did you look to see if there were things out there against your opinion?
I did. You know
what
I mean?
What did you type in? I'm curious.
Clearly, I found some Mauricio posts that support Ezra's decision as well.
I'm right. I mean, I'm clearly right. Here's the problem. When I'm wrong,
clearly,
that's the problem.
Clearly, this is going to be some overarching theme of the show. So I'm curious what you typed in. That's all. I'm just asking what you typed in.
This is the problem. When I'm wrong, and maybe I'm wrong on this, I have a bunch of things saying I'm right on this. So I honestly don't even blame myself because it seems like everyone thought the WBC bout was on the line. Now, apparently Matt, in his all-knowingness, knew that the belt was on the line, but no one else did. No one else did. Everyone writing about this, everything seems to be on the line. BoxRec thought it was on the line. Everyone thought it was on the line, except for Matt. Right. But when I'm wrong, right, I go, oh, you know what? You got me. Even if I was impassioned about it, even if I put everything on the line for the argument, I'd be like, I'm wrong. And that's the reason why you get, Ez wrong, because I'm man enough to admit it. Matt will never admit it. I'm giving him evidence on evidence on evidence, and he's still right here with things. So even if Matt's right at the end of the day on this, I'll say I'm wrong. I'll go, oh, man, well, I was wrong. Now, I don't blame myself. Seems like everybody was wrong. But Matt will never admit he was wrong.
Would it make you feel better if I say there's a chance I'm wrong?
Yeah, that would be great if you said
that. All right. There's a chance I'm wrong.
Thank God. Thank God you're a better man today for it.
You feel better now?
I do.
Okay.
Now, question though. Just gonna go back on this. If the belt was on the line, was it WBC wrong for doing that?
Probably. I would say yes, they were wrong because they did not approve Francis Ngannou for the belt.
Okay, there you go. All right, what's next on the docket?
It could have been a makeup call. And you are right, the belt was on the line.
Yeah.
So at first, the belt was not on the line. It was labeled a WBC special event.
Yep.
But then the WBC
approved the board of governors
as a voluntary because Usyk petitioned. There we go with that word. Usyk petitioned for it to count as a defense.
Well, and in Usyk, a big name,
and their reasoning was they considered his activity, which they said is unprecedented, especially in the heavyweight division.
There you go. What's next on the docket? We went full circle on it.
IBF and WBO are set to have a joint convention. What are your thoughts on this, Ezra? We'll start with you. You've had a lot to say about the sanctioning organizations today.
I got to look into that more because I don't know what that means. I mean, I really don't. I don't. So just say this going to be easier because we're all going to do this meeting in one spot, or is there going to be implications as far as like naming determinations on what they're doing their bout jointly.
Yes, obviously, you dumbass.
I don't know that's obvious.
Come
I don't know
on, bro.
So would
What
you
are you
say that?
talking about?
So explain to me there. Explain to me what this means.
So according to Gustavo Olivieri, the convention is so that they can address big challenges that are happening in boxing, especially vis-a-vis Zuffa boxing. Okay, so why? I don't get it. Anyway, so according to Daryl Peoples, who is the IBF president, he said the IBF and WBO share approximately 85% membership. Gustavo and I have had some discussions with both our organizations being based in the U.S. We decided we could address a whole bunch of issues affecting boxing. So that's what they're going to do. They said they're going to be discussing judging, refereeing, and the administration of boxing overall. We're also going to address one of the bigger challenges called Zuffa.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
like,
Now do you have an educated opinion?
I think it's a big deal. Then I think it's a big deal, and I'm curious. I want to see. I will be tuned in if they stream this live, which I'm sure they do. I will be tuned in to watch it because I'm curious.
How about you go?
Where is it at?
Florida.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't want to go to Florida?
No, I'm not a fan.
In December?
Not a fan. Now
that was actually my next question: is when is it at?
December 9th to the 13th.
Now, French boxing might be able to be represented there.
And it's at the Carib Royale in Florida.
Ez has no desire to leave Southern California at any point in time of his
never. It's never a good idea. Does this mean are we a step closer to these bouts being just unified?
No, and that would be a violation of the current Muhammad Ali Act.
Now, okay, then the bouts working in unison together like that, is that a violation?
What do you mean working in unison together?
So I would say, right, if you have a sanctioning body, it should work independently for within its own rankings and its own rules, right? And it really should not be, in my opinion, like I said, you could have rules. I don't know. I'm not 100% an expert on this, but I'm just saying it looks like it should work within its own rules and its own rankings and its own system and its own judgments, right? And I think that when it works with another one, well, now you have 10 fighters ranked, and then you have another 10 fighters ranked. And to me, that gets overly complicated at that point when you're working together in unison on your decisions. I mean, I guess I don't see the benefit of this if it's not working 100% together.
I'm going to keep it a bean. I have no clue what you just tried to say. So I'm just going to move on. I have no clue what you just tried to say.
You don't get that? How do you not get that?
No, I have no clue what you just tried to say.
If you have a ranking, you have a top 10 ranking, okay? And you say, okay, this guy's going to fight for this guy, and this guy's going to fight this guy, and this guy's going to fight this guy. Why would you need the ruling of another sanctioning body or another assistance of another sanctioning body to determine those rulings? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't see the benefit of it unless they're working 100%.
But you're applying scenarios that they didn't say. All they said was referees, judging, and administration of boxing in general.
Okay.
So you're applying like
I think it's
strawman scenarios.
No, why is everything a strawman scenario? I really hate this expression because we overly use it 100%. It's not. This is the
first time you've ever heard me use that.
That's not true. Actually, that is not true. That is not true. We could go back to recordings. Now, I will say this. What is the point of these things, right? There's a point of this where you go up and you decide, hey, this guy's ranked number, let's say 15. I want to get him a fight for number 13 or 12, or I want to move him up. I feel like he should be moved up, whatever, right? That's one of the key points of this, right? Of these meetings.
Yeah, to petition the rankings and how managers feel their fighters should be moved is something that happens.
Yeah, that's one day of the convention. Yeah.
Okay, and I would say that's a pretty big day, right?
I mean, define big. Some people might think other stuff are big days. It's one of the days of the convention.
Well, it just depends on who you are. It depends on who you are on whether or not you think that's an important day. If you're a manager or a fighter, you probably think that's a big day for it. But other people might not.
Okay. I just gotta see it play out. It's all pretty confusing to me, in my opinion. I don't. I don't get the can I be honest with you? I don't see the benefit of it. I'm not sure what the benefit of it is, and I'm not sure how it even works. I don't get it. I don't even get. We're here to counter Zuffa and the thing, or to battle against Zuffa. I'm not even sure how it's gonna work. I think I would feel stronger about it if it was all.
I don't think they're here to battle Zuffa or counter Zuffa. I think what they're doing is they're coming up with they're putting the minds together to see if they can come up with a policy on how to handle the Zuffa situation when it comes to the belts.
Okay, and I think I would feel better about it if it was all four together in a room, and it was going to be like we're
Why
going to
would it be
decide.
all four?
Because I would think that it would be better that they all kind of come to kind of the same ruling and judgment on how they're going to handle this going forward. I don't like.
Nah. Here's what a lot of people are missing. Before, it felt like it was the WBO and WBA on the same side. Now it seems like the WBO has instead recruited the IBF. Maybe the WBA and the WBC are going to be a lot more flexible with Zuffa than the BO and the IBF.
Yeah, I don't like that. I wish they were kind of all on the same page.
Why?
Because I'm kind of with J-Ro on this. That Zuffa adds its own different thing, and to me, it's adding confusion to this thing. And I think that I would like just kind of a hard set line, because I don't mind that they're just separated. As far as like you're Zuffa champion, and you separate from the WBC belt, and you separate from these belts, and that's just what you're doing. I don't mind that, but I think that two doing one thing and then the other two doing their own thing, I think it's just going to lead to more confusion. And the one thing I don't like about all of what we have right now is just all confusion. It's so confusing.
Are you confused?
I am. I get on here every day and I ask questions and I want answers.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what it wasn't confused on. That heavyweight title being on the line. The BC heavyweight title being on the line.
But you know who is confused right now? Canelo Alvarez. He is very confused why Terrence Crawford retired without giving him a rematch. And he kind of called Crawford out for it. Do you think Canelo Alvarez deserves a rematch?
You know, it's funny when people don't see irony. The Canelo Alvarez thinks it's unfair that a smaller man won't give him his shot at a big fight. He's confused. He says, "Hey, I don't get it. This fight will make a lot of money." Now I know I'm a bigger man than you, but me and you together is going to make a lot of money, and you should have pride and give me that, and you should do what's best for your bank account. Just like David Benavidez told him when he was at 168, that you should have some pride, Canelo, and we should do what's best for our bank account, and you should give me a shot. Because if you were a man, that's what a man would do. If you were this Mexican legend in boxing, that's what you should do. That's how.
Did Ezra die?
Yeah, I thought it was my internet messing up.
Oh, man.
He started cutting out right at the beginning of that for me, and then
it happened to a better person. Oh, man. And you know what? I'm glad he cut off because he was still on my point. This is the ultimate irony. The ultimate irony. I love that Crawford retired because this is going to stick in Canelo's craw for the rest of his career. And he deserves to have it stick in his craw for the rest of his career because he ducked David Benavidez. That should have been David Benavidez versus Canelo in September. But he chose to duck Benavidez, and he chose to fight Crawford, and he chose to suffer what I believe is the worst loss in the history of boxing. So I'm very, very happy that happened to Canelo. So it is what it is, man. You get it back in blood, brother. You come back, you go fight in Billy, you go beat up in Billy. Maybe you become undisputed again at super middleweight. Or you could just go up and fight David Benavidez. Go fight David Benavidez and all will be forgiven. The fans will forgive you. All right, now let's get to usually Ezra's favorite part of the show, but today it's going to be my favorite part of the show because Ezra has unfortunately passed away, where we're going to do the Ezra breakdown, and we are also going to give you guys the best bet of the day. And we're going to start with the big fight today. Oshaki Foster defends his WBC super featherweight championship against Raymond Savage Ford. We spent a lot of time. Discussing this. Emily, tell Nicola Ezra passed away. Yeah, so we spent a lot of time discussing this, and I think what we could all gather is that we are in for a high-speed chess match today. Oshaki Foster, to me, has the physical advantage because he has longer arms. He's taller. He's a little bit quicker, if you ask me, and he has more boxing skill. I think uh, Foster has the speed advantage. So there's a difference between quickness and speed, in my opinion. So I think Foster, he has, like Ezra said, he likes to throw combinations and flurries. Uh, as my guy TJ likes to say, Ford is sharp as shit. He is pretty sharp, but will that be enough for him to beat Oshaki Foster? I don't believe so. Also on this card. Oh man, I gotta tell you, Matchroom did not really put their best foot forward with this card. This really, if we're being honest, is a one fight card. But we'll break down the rest of the card for the people too, in case the people want to make some money and see what they could tune into. So also on the card, you have Amari Jones against Diego Zuniga. Diego Zuniga, while he is undefeated, if we're being honest, he's really a club scene kind of fighter. He's not very good. Um, he's only fought, I believe, like 3 or 4 fighters with winning records in his whole career. He's not very good. Amari Jones should beat him and should beat him fairly easily. We also have Charlie Sheehy versus Nike Tharan. Charlie Sheehy should get the job done. We got Zaquin Moses returning on this card against Travis Crawford. Whatever. This is just another fight for Zaquin Moses. And then also on the card, you have Miguel Flores versus Javon Woodward Jr. Uh, that'll be a little bit of an interesting fight. I think Woodward may have more of a chance than people think. People are just probably automatically assuming that the hometown boy Flores is gonna win. I'm not too sure about that. That's a closer fight than people think. Overall, just based upon the main event, I would give this card an A, but you have to think of this card as a one fight card. If you're
Yeah.
thinking about this as a full card, it's a F.
Why? Why do you think that? Why do you think crap cards like this come together? Like, is it like? What is it? What? Why can't they give at least like some competitive fights?
So I think what happens is the budget. I think that they probably put a lot of money into the main event to get the main event done,
Yeah.
and there's really nothing left over. And obviously, Matchroom wants to make money on the show, or they want to
Yeah.
break even. You know, I think the same thing is happening with the Boots versus Zayas card. That's why you see a bunch of squash matches on that card. Because they spend all the budget on the main event, and sometimes when fights do decently before undercard is announced, they don't feel really the need to do anything
Yeah. What's the
with the
point?
undercard.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that the main event sells the fight. It sells the
yeah,
card.
and go look at the Bam card versus Vargas. The card stinks.
Now, do as boxing fans, as long as we get a main event we care about, do we care?
Yes, we do care because we got to sit through the bullshit. And I could see if every card was ran PBC during the pandemic style, where they get in, get out. There's not a lot of time in between fights, but we're gonna have a bunch of like non-consequential fights, and then we're gonna have a whole bunch of dead air time in between. They gotta build this up. They gotta build it up. It makes the show feel like it's like dragging on. I can't deal with that as a boxing fan. So I'm gonna be watching Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals tonight, and then after that, I'll tune right into the main event.
Not me. I'll be watching two screens, the NBA Finals and the boxing card.
The NBA Finals.
Western
NBA
Conference.
West Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but until that main, Ezra, until that main event starts, I mean, we know like the
What,
game's
your
going to
intention
be
would
on
be
your
to?
TV. The game's on your TV, and your small screening fights.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. My Canelo rant. How far did it get cut off?
You didn't even get to make a point. Matt stole it.
Did you do the irony of it all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You know what? I'm such a team player. I don't even care that I didn't make the point.
And he was actually really excited that you got cut off because you didn't get to steal his point.
Well, I'm just glad we're going the same direction.
Yeah. I did tell the viewers that you passed away, though.
Yep. Yeah, we told Emily's kid that you died.
I tell you what, the odd thing is my phone was plugged in to the mobile charger. The mobile charger said it was on.
Yeah. Little peek behind the curtain. Right before we went live, Ezra said, "Hold on, give me a second. I have to go get a charger."
Yep, and it was plugged in. I guess this wire just doesn't work. But I should have knew that, because anytime you have this thing right here, with this over, this like double connection thing, there's just no way that this is working 100%. There's just no way that that energy is traveling through that correctly. I don't think the technology is there yet, honestly.
That's not true. Let me see the adapter that you're plugged into.
Like the charger?
Yeah. See, that's your problem.
What is it?
It's not giving enough juice. You need a good old, I think it's like a 20 watt. You need a good old 20 watt charger. The cord doesn't matter, brother. It's all about the adapter.
What do you mean, though? I don't get what you mean.
So what a lot of people don't realize, the cord means shit when it comes to charging the phone. The block piece, the higher the wattage, the quicker your phone charges.
Question I have is, how do you know the wattage?
It's both.
But how do you know the wattage by just looking at this?
It looks like shit. It looks cheap. And that's how.
This is the problem. Can I tell you the problem?
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that looks cheap. That looks like it won't hold a good charge."
No, that's an Anchor charger. Anchor is expensive.
Oh man, that's top dollar right there. But let me tell you the problem. This is the problem with Matt. He says good stuff, and then when you really dig into it, it's all personal opinion.
Hey, hold on. Anchor power bank, 12 AC. Come on, man. Like I said, hey, listen, here's the thing. Here's the difference between me and you and Huey, right?
Are you looking at the right power bank?
Yes. So
Okay.
here's the thing. Here's the difference between me and you and Huey, right?
I was trying to give Ezra the benefit of the doubt, Matt.
This is a good charger.
Bro,
This charger was charger for this.
hey, it's so good it died in the middle of the show.
No, it was the wire. It
No,
was the
it's
wire.
not the wire. It's not the wire.
I don't think this thing. It's because of this right here. This is where you're wrong.
It's not.
The technology isn't there yet for this. Oh man, did we lose Matt?
Nah, he's still here.
I think we lost him.
Matt, you there?
It'd be funny if his phone turned off.
Oh, it would be fucking hilarious.
That'd be the
If his phone died now. Ezra, what's your grade for the card?
Like to me, I'm gonna, the main event's the key factor to it, so I'm gonna give the card an A because I like that main event. To me, if you could give me a good main event every week, I'm gonna be all right with it.
Matt, we got you back?
Bro, as soon as Ezra disconnected the two pieces, I got kicked off.
I told you.
It was almost as if Ezra disconnected me.
Something about this, man.
Oh, wait, Ezra, let me see that again. Oh, that's why, brother.
What?
It's not connected. There wasn't no wire in between those?
No, it just connects straight to it.
Oh.
No, yeah, it's plugged in internally. There's no cord.
Or did that come like that?
Yes, it came like that. What do you think? I did this myself?
Yeah, maybe you popped the cord. Hey man, get a new power bank.
I think this power pick is good.
It's not 12 ACs. Come
So
on,
what
man.
do I need? What's my AC need to be at?
You need 20 watts of charging.
20 watts of charging. All right, I'll look
Hold on, let me pull out my block. Pause, cause I got a great
I guess
charger.
it amps. Yeah, you get like the amperage of the block, and then what the cord allows to go through. Trill's right. Amperage is more important than the wattage.
Amperage over wattage, huh?
Yeah. Man, look at this, man. I'm looking at this charging block. Man, what a charger I have, Ezra. what a charger
Matt,
I have.
just real. All right, Ezra, real quick. Give me some quick grades. Bivol Eifert.
F.
Azim Claggett.
C.
And how are you making the people money today?
I'll go with Foster Ford to go to decision.
Let's see.
I will go with Bivol to win, and I'll go with Azim to win. That is definite. Oh, you know what? And I'll take the Thunder.
Whoa!
Hater.
So you're taking the Thunder without AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams?
AJ Mitchell's out too?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Lead them off.
Okay. All right.
We got to look back to something we did earlier this year. I don't know how either of you are going to be feel about this one, but it's time to check in on the boxing draft.
Oh, I feel good about it.
Before we check in on the boxing draft, real quick.
I thought you already gave your bet. Sorry, my bad, Matt.
Take Oshaki Foster by points. I really, truly, madly, deeply believe in Oshaki Foster tonight. That's the bet. Oshaki Foster by points. You know what's so funny? This card is so bad that these other fights are not worth betting on.
No.
They're not worth betting on. Well, Amari Jones is fucking minus 3,500.
Foster by decision is minus 110.
What is who's the favorite, Foster or Ford?
Foster.
By how much?
He's minus 166. Ford is plus 142.
Ooh,
yeah, it's close.
All right, yeah. It's nice.
Look, Amanda Serrano tonight is minus 5,000.
I forgot Amanda Serrano's fighting tonight. That's right. Holly Holm's fighting tonight.
Yeah, she's in the rematch with Stephanie Hahn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Serrano versus Carano. Just wait for it. I think it has legs.
In MMA?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both stink. Yeah, I can see that. All right, let's get to it. Let's book the damn territory.
All right.
What the hell just happened?
Oh, my bad. The boxing draft image opened up.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
So we did it.
Yeah, we can get it. Give me a second. I gotta go switch over to the. Why are we not? There we go. Everyone's here?
Yeah, I don't see it though.
Can you not see it on the screen? I can see it. Matt, can you see it?
No, it's nothing on screen.
Okay, it's showing for me, so I'll go through this here.
The only thing you did was
move us around.
The layouts of us.
No, it's showing that I see the brunch boxing draft in the middle of the screen and we're on the side.
Nah, Ezra's on the bottom screen. I'm in the top right. You're in the top left.
The listeners are saying they can see it, so we're gonna go through this. All right.
Okay.
All right. So bunch boxing draft round 1. Matt, you had Naoya Inoue with your first pick, and Ezra took David Benavidez. How are you guys feeling about your round 1 picks?
Right now, yeah, I feel great about it. I think probably Inoue's probably slightly in the lead if we're comparing.
I don't know about that. I would say
that's the thing. You had David surpass Inoue the pound per pound thing, so that's the thing. But I would say Inoue's slightly in the lead there, but I feel really good what David's doing.
All right, now this is where it gets interesting. Second round, Ezra, you got Shakur Stevenson. And Matt, you have someone who doesn't even have a fight announced.
Wait, who?
Gervonta Tank Davis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, clearly a W for me, right? Last time I seen Tank, he was
That's
doing
not
a
clearly a
stream.
W for you.
Oh, it's clearly. And last time I seen Tank, he was doing a stream with wired headphones. I'm telling you right now that Shakur, who's on top of the game right now, rising up the pound for pound, this is a great pick by me.
Hey, all I'm gonna say, Tank is coming.
All right.
Through 2 rounds, Ezra has a lead.
Yep.
Now let's go to the third round. Matt,
Wait, who are you to just judge that? I don't get it. How do you just say that?
You put David as your number 1 pound for pound fighter.
Yeah.
You have David as your number 1 pound for pound fighter.
And
Gervonta Tank Davis has only fought court cases this year.
Yeah, he hasn't fought anyone. How could you?
Tank is coming.
All right. Well, then when he does, we'll figure it out then.
Tank is coming.
Tank's coming to a stream near you with Adrian Broner.
Tank is coming.
I also did not like the way when Tank found out that Broner was streaming, the way he covered his mouth so he wouldn't talk. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the just didn't like it.
All right. Rounding in the third round, Matt, you had Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who has an upcoming fight, and also Jerron Boots Ennis for Ezra. If we look at their scheduled fights, they both win these fights. Ezra, I think you're extending your lead.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but Boots is in the more important fight. He's in the bigger fight. He's in the fight that everybody's going to be paying attention to and to really decide who the man is at 154.
Now, Matt, do you remember who your 8th round pick was?
Well, I remember because I'm looking at the list.
What is
so
it?
you have a big chance to make a comeback in how close this draft is on at the end of June.
I think I'm gonna win the draft without a doubt. But
what's the pick? I'm not looking at it.
He's got Xander Zayas in the 8th round.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
yeah,
if his 8th round pick beats your 3rd round pick,
yeah,
it's a big shift in the contest.
That is a big shift. That is a big shift. But I will say this though: if Boots beats Zayas, I mean, I don't know where the shift is going to come. Do you guys know what I'm saying?
But
I think that fight.
If Boots beats Zayas, we expect it.
Yeah, I know, but it's still limited. But it still destroys that pick for him. So that's what I'm saying.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. But your 8th round pick is also a little shaky. So
what is it?
It's Ryan Garcia.
And how is that shaky? The guy's a world champ. He's a world champ this year. He has honestly, I think he's going to come out of this year unscathed. He might not have a super huge opponent W, but he might knock out Conor Benn and Barrios. I'll take it. It's not what I want. It's not what you dream of, but it's safe.
Matt, I haven't looked at this list in a while. This is not a good start for you. It's starting to look spooky. You got Gary Antoine Russell in the 4th round versus Oscar Callazo.
How is that spooky?
I was looking at the 5th round.
But
wait, so
hold on. Just so we're clear, right? We do know that Gary Antoine Russell just fought this year against Andy Hirioka and won, right?
Usyk's your 5th round pick, Matt. Usyk's your 5th round pick.
No. But Gary Antoine Russell fought this year and won, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Against a better opponent than fucking what Oscar Callazo fought, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't understand.
I'm looking ahead.
I thought we were going pick by pick. So let me get this straight, just so we're clear. No.
I'm looking ahead. The fans can see everything. The fans can see everything. The fans see. Here's the thing. The fans can see. The listeners can see the list. They can see the mini map. They got the curve. They know where the turn's coming.
It's the same bullshit Huey Ezra does, right? Notice how when he feels Ezra has the advantage, he focuses on only that round. When it's something that I might have an advantage on, I'm looking ahead. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I just talked about how you would have the advantage of potentially winning with your 8th round pick.
Come on, man. I'm telling you, man. I see what's going on here.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't get how both of you accuse me of favoring the other one every week.
Yeah, these two guys are at the conspiracy table. I'm telling you.
All right. So Callazo has not done what I was hoping he would do this year.
No.
Hey, not only that, did you see? Well, I guess we'll get to it later. His next fight that he announced.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, PU.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
PU.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Both of you are looking a little shaky in the fifth.
Kanoi. But I will say, who was his? Oh, Russell. But Russell, we'll see who he gets as opponent wise. I think he's in the lead right now, and that might stay that way. We'll see who he gets opponent wise, because that's not a guarantee either.
Well, I can tell you who he's not going to get. He's not going to get Pitbull Cruz.
Oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing to hear.
Yeah, word on the street, Pitbull Cruz turned that fight down.
Really? Oh. Man. Pitbull, I gotta tell. I won't get into it. Everybody knows how I feel about Pitbull. Let's go to the next one.
All right, this is Ezra. Your guy doesn't look good, but neither does Matt's. I think Matt's might actually be a little bit better here because of how they can close out the year. Alexander Usyk and Devin Haney is the 5th round pick. Both of you guys have not looking great in that round.
No. I'm doing fantastic that round. Devin Haney beat Norman this year.
Devin Haney
was in November, bro.
That was last year?
Yeah, that was November. Devin
Haney ducked Rolly this year. That's what he did.
Yeah, that's not great. I still feel confident. I don't know. And actually, I can't say that. I don't know what Haney's going to do. So you're right. I have no idea what's going to happen there.
And
I'll tell you right now.
And you know what? Usyk beat the hell out of Rico Verhoeven.
No.
Knocked him out.
You're still losing on that because he was down 7-3 to a kickboxer. So I don't give a damn what you say.
He knocked him out.
Not on the official cards.
All right, what's the next one?
Canelo Alvarez and Virgil Ortiz. Canelo has the bigger fight, I think, potentially lined up here.
No. Virgil Ortiz has the bigger fight. It's just in the courtroom.
Here's the thing, right? Virgil, I don't know when I'm going to see him in the ring. I don't know. I feel confident if I see him. I feel confident if he could get in the ring, that he's going to do good work, right? I feel confident in that. Canelo, he has the right fight lined up for you, Matt, to make it worth it. Make this pick worth it. But I will say this. It ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go. I'll tell you that right now. And Canelo losing Mbili is a very, very big blow to your draft.
I think that's going to be a good win for him. I think that's going to help Matt's draft.
It has a chance to win both. What's next?
7th round, and this is where I think Matt can have a sneaky victory in this round. Osles Iglesias and Keyshawn Davis.
The thing with Iglesias is fine. He's exact as my Collazo pick. It's the exact same thing. It's a really talented guy that's not going to have anywhere in the ring. So that's fine. It's a good pick, but it's going to go the exact same way my Collazo pick is going to go. And who did I have?
Keyshawn.
Yeah, Keyshawn. I don't know.
He's not doing much for excitement this year.
He's not doing much either. Yeah, he's not doing much either to help me.
All right, and 8th round pick. I think we'll see what happens here. But Xander Zayas has the opportunity to win against Boots in an upcoming fight at the end of the month, and we'll see where Ryan goes with the rest of his year.
Well, Ryan is off to a great start.
That's what I'm saying.
Ryan's off to a great start. And you got him in the 8th round. That's a great value, Ezra.
Great value pick. You know what? I'm really confused because we announced these guys earlier, so that really threw me off. But yeah, that's a great value pick.
Great value.
No, 9th round. We'll close out the 9th and 10th round. Matt had Richardson Hitchens and Jamal Charlo, and Ezra had Abdullah Mason and Moses Atalma. Now Moses had a great start to the year.
Matt got maybe a future Zuffa world champion. Wait. And who was his last pick?
Jamal Charlo, who we are hearing may be fighting in Australia.
Yeah, he's going to be fighting in Australia on an undercard. Jamal Charlo is going to be fighting Australia on an undercard. Oh, man.
So let me ask you a question.
All right.
What if Richardson Hitchens fights Devin Haney this year?
Yeah, that'd be great for you. That would work out. Might work out. He probably get 6 to beat in that fight. But that'd be a good opportunity for you. But most likely, I think he's gonna fight like Julian Rodriguez for a Zuffa title. Congrats, Matt. You got a Zuffa champion. I have what are my last 2 picks again?
You had Abdullah Mason in the 9th round and Moses Atalma, your guy.
Abdullah Mason, world champion. It's gonna separate himself in a major way versus Cordina. That's going to be on TNT. Set himself up for another good fight. He's not going to have a huge name, but he's going to have good work this year. That's what's going to happen. And Atama is, to me, like I said, he could be the best heavyweight in the world. I'm hearing Ergovich. I guess Ergovich is pretty good. I hear a lot of people saying that, Tomato fighting went well. Ergovich is someone, right? So I think if he beats Ergovich and if he smokes Ergovich, I mean, look at I have the next big thing on my roster. I have Brock Lesnar on my roster. But Matt has the Zuffa champion. Congratulations.
I like Zuffa.
I do
Matt,
too.
I want to start with you first. How you feeling about your draft at about the midway point of the year here?
Oh man, I feel like we're shaping up to have a nice year. Tank is coming. Usyk is gonna beat up on Cabiel. What else we got coming? Richardson Hitchens is gonna fight Devin Haney. Zaya is gonna beat Boots. I got a good team going. We'll see.
I feel confident that I will continue my streak of destroying Matt in these boxing drafts. And everyone counting me out of the boxing picks thing. Just you wait. We haven't reached the halfway point yet.
No, I'll have an update after this week's fights since we have some differences on the picks this week. Last week we didn't really have much.
I just need Bivol to dance and move. Dance and move, Bivol. Dance and move.
I just need you to come forward, Bivol. Come forward and stop him. Come forward and stop him.
Our guy Bandalorian has a question for you, wanting to know if you will be in attendance at the theater on July 26th.
Absolutely. And it's July 25th. 26th, maybe. I don't know. But
I really thought that I'd be attending a Zuffa fight before you did, Matt.
You still could.
How so?
You want to go to one of these Vegas cards? Let me know.
Yeah, go to the Edwin fight.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Go to Edwin Ryo.
Fight? Is the Edwin fight going to be in the Apex?
Yeah, Meta Apex. No. It's at
Cosmo.
You know what? We might be signing me up for that. I think I want to go.
Okay, right. just make sure your wife is okay with that.
And we don't want you to break your phone again.
Man, you guys pissed me off. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
Ezra,
Ezra, how do you feel about your draft?
Oh, I feel excellent. I've been in a good spot. Like I said, it's better this year. It's a better draft for Matt this year. I'll give him that. But it's still not enough.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Anyway, man, he got off to a strong start. He's really carrying with that Junto fight. Now, we're gonna repost the draft on the Brunch Boxing timeline for the Brunch Boxing listeners. And maybe we're
gonna post it with a poll. We want to see who the listeners have winning at the halfway point of the year.
I don't care what they think.
No, we're gonna post it with a poll. We want the engagement from the listeners, Matt.
They can engage on YouTube. Actually, you know what? Why don't you post a poll on the YouTube right now?
Yeah, no. Well, no. I can't do it through StreamYard. But what we'll do is we will make a post on the community page so that way people who are subscribed can go through there and we can bring it up next show.
Okay.
Good. All right, let's get the home stretch here, fellas.
All right.
And down the stretch they come.
Matchroom wins the purse bid for Albert Bell and Andy Cruz. What do we think?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's just get this fight made. I don't care what happens here. It's
going to get made unless somebody pulls out.
Yeah, come on. Let's get
Ezra, who is Oscar Guayazo fighting next?
Cano, I believe his name is.
How excited are you for that fight? Scale of 1 to 10.
A 1. I'm not excited at all. I need bigger names. Those guys are in lower weight classes. I don't know how you're fighting weight classes and you get the no-name guys in lower weight classes. Like, come on, man. We need some names here. We need some unification. We need something. Come on, just get some creativity going, man. I drafted you for a reason.
All right, and then Murtazalian and Adam set for Russia bout. Matt, what do you got? What do you think on that?
Bro, this dude is fighting somebody named Joey Canoy. I got to get back to Collazo. Joey Canoy.
It's tattooed on his chest.
So I just looked him up. Bro, this guy looks like the ultimate jobber.
Come on, man.
Does he look like a creative fighter from Fight Night?
Bro, this guy looks like the ultimate jobber. And he's from the Philippines. I'm gonna have to check in with my guy Nonito Donaire to see if he's any good.
He'll tell you.
Yeah. But just so you know, he fought a 6th rounder in his last fight.
Hey, well, those lower weight guys, the rules don't apply to them, right? It's a little bit different over there, okay? A little different. Business operates a little different down there.
Shit.
All right, what's next?
What
So
a
we'll
bum.
just going back one step to the Albert Bell cruise card. So Guy Mandalorian in the comments says there's supposed to be a Pacheco card planned for July, and Cruz and Bell is expected to be on there.
Bro, Pacheco should not main event anything at this point.
This guy, Pacheco, is becoming a major disappointment. I gotta tell you.
Major
And I'm not even talking
disappointment.
about his ability. I'm just talking about the way he's operating his career. It is. Oh,
Do
my God.
either of you have anything to say on the Murtazalia bout?
It's actually like a good matchup. I got to be honest with you. But I mean, what impact it's going to have on boxing? I got to be honest with you.
It's gonna have a big impact because it's a final eliminator.
What impact it's going to have on boxing? I think is very little.
Hey, it's a final eliminator. It's an excellent bout.
Yeah, but Morzalia,
the winner faces the winner of Josh Kelly, Kyaman Guarco.
Yeah, but Morzalia takes step aside money all the time,
bro.
So
it's a great fight, and
it's a good fight.
Don't we want to see Brandon Buchanan Adams get in a position to fight for a title?
I would if he wins. I know that he will not take step aside. He's going to get in there and fight for a title. I have no problem with that. What I'm saying is it's a good fight, but I don't think I don't know. I just don't think it's going to have a huge impact on where we're going in the direction we're going.
Well, I mean, in life or like. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Matt, we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes. Send the people home. Get us out of here.
We're getting out of here already. We're just having fun. We're having fun here. The hell?
Oh,
hey,
how can people, Matt, tell people how they can support the show, how they can support you?
Hey, well, tell them to support my cash app, the $, that's your face. But I'm just curious. Is there nothing you guys wanted to talk about that we ain't covered yet?
I can't.
Hold on. Earlier in the show, do the fans have anything they want to talk about? Earlier in the show, we had listener of the year Rosebud Ice Cream asking if this was the day he got to call in. Rosebud, you there? You got anything to say?
Oh yeah, he's been trying to call in for a while, and we have not. The one time we put the link on, I don't think he was here on the show.
Man, he ain't been trying to call in.
He has. He's been.
I put the link in the comments.
When I was handling the Instagram, because I'm no longer handling that. He would DM me and be like, "Hey, can I call in on the show?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, of course."
We'll give the listeners a few minutes to see if anyone has anything they want to talk about.
Yeah, I want to hear from the people. We haven't heard from the people in a while.
Can I say this? I think one of the prizes, right, of winning Listener of the Year is you should be able to do a co-host gig, one episode the next following year.
Yeah,
no.
but
no.
I don't know why not.
I would love that.
Yeah, I think it's great. It
could be Brunch Boxing starring me and Rosebud instead of me and Ezra. I would love that.
No, I'm still on the show.
No, well, come on now.
Does it replace me?
Come on now.
It adds two.
Rosebud, the link is in the chat. Feel free to join the show if you have anything you want to say about the Ford Foster fight or anything else that we've talked about here today.
Or anything you want to bring up. Like, hey, listen, I want to talk about Tank real quick, Ezra.
Listener of the Year, Bellini Award winner, Rosebud Ice Cream. How you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you guys?
What's going on, Sam?
Good. Very good, Rosebud.
The Cream Executive Officer.
That's me. Currently stranded in Phoenix, Arizona, due to some ice cream adventures, but this is definitely brightened the trip. So thank you guys for today.
Let's go, Rosebud. That's become Listener of the Year right there.
So Sam, did you have anything that you wanted to add on any of the topics that we had today? Any thoughts on the Ford Foster fight? Again, anything that we've talked about or anything that we didn't talk about that you want to ask about?
I think that Foster's going to win just because he's a better boxer, and I think he can control Ford, who seems to like to get aggressive, which I don't think will necessarily work for him against Foster, just because he can like really temper that down. General thought, I think that the reason that that 50-50 fight is happening is just because those guys both have losses on their records, and I wish that more dudes would take those chances. And that's more of a general complaint. And then the other thing, not to bring up a very contentious subject, but The whole controversy, if you want to call it that, of Benavidez becoming the mandatory based on him petitioning and all this shit's got to stop. Like, I try to explain boxing to people who don't follow it, and I usually use the analogy of like, oh, it's kind of like there's 4 Super Bowls at a time per weight class, and technically there's 17 weight classes, 18, I think, if you include Bridgerweight, but no one's doing that. So, like, trying to grow the sport when you have to explain, like, oh, this is a big fight. It's like, oh, why? Well, because it's one of 4 Super Bowls that could be won, but technically, you can dip and dodge worthy 50-50 challengers, based on all this nuance. Like, it's confusing as, not going to swear, it's confusing to follow as someone who watches the sport every week, trying to explain it to someone to get them excited enough to tune in or to pay, what is it, $20 a month for DAZN to watch this fight tonight. The sport is not doing itself any favors, and I'm pretty much on the same page as you guys when it comes to not being a fan of Zuffa, but consistency, easy
I like
access.
Zuffa.
I like Zuffa's cards. I don't necessarily think I like what they've been trying to do to the sport.
And that's where I'm at too. And I think what they're doing in the sport is good for it. Consistency, easy to access. The fights are evenly matched, and a boomer with Paramount can figure that out. Trying to convince someone who's 46 to download DAZN, pay $20 to watch one fight, and it's not working. So that's just my general thing. Also, in generals, they should bring back same-day weigh-ins. I think fighters would be more active.
Okay, all right.
I
think these are all interesting points. I don't like the same day weigh-ins because I feel like a lot more fights would get canceled. I feel like that we would have it'd be. I think that there would be an issue there. But the one thing I will say about consistency and all that, I agree with you. This sport has to be more consistent, has to be easier to follow. There's one key part of, and maybe this is like a huge thing why everything being on DAZN maybe will work in the long run, is that you could go there and DAZN's going to tell you, hey, there's this, and this happened in the next few weeks, and you already got it mapped out. When everything was all spread out, it was impossible to follow the sport if you were not really in the trenches of it. It was nothing was telling you that a fight was going to happen next week. You never knew really what happened. You kind of needed to know someone that would tell you, like, hey, there's a fight this weekend. It's going to be on this channel at this time and everything like that. So that's a huge problem. I'm trying to think of something else that I like that I don't truly know the ins and out of, because that's what it really is to be a boxing fan. Like, no one knows all the stuff that we kind of covered today, right?
It's at the same level of tennis almost, though.
There you go. Maybe tennis.
I gotta tell you, Sam, you did not cover yourself in glory with these opinions. Let me set you straight.
Please do. Please do.
Let me set you straight. All right. First of all,
on same day weigh-ins, start there. Shit on me for that. Let's go with that.
No. I don't care about that. I don't think they should do same day weigh-ins. I just think it'll make the sport more dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
Really? I think it would make it more consistent. Because I think if guys fought closer to their natural weight, they wouldn't be so worried about losing 30 pounds in camp, and they might fight more than once a year.
It's not going to make guys fight close to the natural weight. It's just going to, because everyone is always going to look for an advantage. Everyone always thinks they're bigger than the program. They can beat the system. It's just someone's going to do something really, really dangerous, and we're going to get another like weird ring death, and it's just not going to be good, man. I just don't like the same day weigh-in things. And I kind of like the weigh-in as its own separate thing.
I like that.
I feel like a weigh-in day is kind of like it's become part of the boxing event.
Yeah,
you kind of lose that if you do a weigh-in the same day of the fight, because now I'm gonna watch the weigh-in and then I'm gonna come back later today to watch the fight. I don't know.
Yeah, you need that one day before build-up.
Yeah,
like, hey, he looks great and all that stuff.
Not a hill I'm willing to die on. My ultimate opinion is that I wish guys would fight more often. My thought as a potential solution is maybe that would make it happen, but like Ryan Garcia just fought Mario Barrios. When was that? March, February? It's next fight. And then he's fighting in September. It's a little hard to get people on board who just watch that as a casual fan, and it's like tune in 7 months. But that's not him. That's a lot of people,
right? So
it's been like that for a while.
But we know the kind of punishment fighters take. How often do we want them to fight?
Someone like Shakur could get away with fighting 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh, do we want to see that?
But I also,
Yeah, because then he could blow through fights that we think are less than worthy, and him fighting Josh Padley 2 fights ago wouldn't have been such a complaint if we knew he was going to fight 3 months later. But actually, I take that back because he did. He wants to pay up.
Here's where I take issue with you, right? You saying that you're telling somebody that it's a big fight and they're asking you why. That's a you problem. That's not a boxing problem. If I tell somebody, yo, tune in, this is a big fight, they're not gonna question me, man. You gotta be more authoritative. You gotta be more authoritative.
You're the voice of brunch boxing. I'm an ice cream guy. People don't come to me for my boxing takes. I'll tell them a good flavor, they're gonna listen to that. But I'm just talking in general, like beyond me trying to spread the word. I think it would be easier to get more people on board if it was a little easier to follow, just in terms of like, you know, there's 4 champions at a time. That gets a little confusing, and that's before we talk about any of the politics that had Ezra flying off the handle earlier.
So you want it more centralized?
Yeah, but I don't want it Zuffa style. I don't want fighters to be taken advantage of. I just want it to be a little bit easier to follow.
Yeah, but think of it this way, right? And this is what I always try to caution people who want a more centralized boxing system. There are currently 28,679 active boxers on BoxRec, right? There are going to be so many guys that slip through the cracks in a more centralized system.
That's fine.
I really do feel like with the system being as spread out as it is, and even with these conventions with people advocating for the guys who you may not be aware of, I actually think that helps boxing more because you have an opportunity to discover talent that you might not have discovered before.
Incorrect, right?
Ezra, how do you allow Ezra? Like, what are you talking about? So you want to see like, bro? What are you talking about? If you're the third,
talking about?
If you're the 300 world heavyweight, you suck. I don't want to see you.
That's not
this
true.
guy said,
I don't want to see you.
Welcome back, UI.
Hey, Matt said we have 28,000 fighters. We can't afford to lose any of them.
Like, here we go.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Ezra. Tonight we want to see Game 7. I don't want to see G. I don't want to see G League players. I want to see say SGA.
Ty, he was just complaining about the card we have tonight, but he cares about the 28,000 fighters that we have. What the hell are you guys talking about?
Michael Eifert ain't good, right? But he might be a top 25 guy, right? Top 20 guy, right?
He's definitely on the bottom half of that top 28,000 people that we have.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Ezra.
Come on, man.
Ezra,
what's this guy talking about?
When you have a larger pool to select from, you usually end up with the best product.
Bro, that's not what this is, though.
That is what this is.
That's not what this is. What we're saying, right? I don't know how you got to this point. What we're saying is, if this was more streamlined, just like any other sport, it's like the thing is that what I don't understand about boxing fans, they argue against this, is they watch the NBA, they watch the NFL, they watch the MLB. Hell, the PGA got pissed because a few guys went to a live thing because they were like, oh, well, you took the talent, and now they're saying I don't even want to let them back because you understand that the sport more together and streamlined is better for the sport. So if you're arguing that you don't want that because you just like the way boxing is now, that's fine. That's a good argument. But don't
I love the way boxing is now.
But don't argue with me that this wouldn't be a better way for boxing to grow because it wouldn't be. It 100% would be.
I'm just saying, in terms of accessibility to the general public, it's really hard for someone to flip the TV on and watch it these days. And like,
it's actually know what's going on.
2019 was a good year in terms of like, there's a lot of different channels, ESPN, Showtime, HBO had just gone out, but DAZN was still $5 a month and not doing pay-per-views. I just feel like the accessibility is something that could be improved. I don't necessarily know that sanctioning bodies are part of that,
but no, it's crazy though. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's that DAZN app, because I feel like, I don't know, call me crazy, man. I might live my own little bubble. I feel like if like I'm not when I say Ty, you tripping. But if all boxing was on Tubi and you could access it through your regular ass TV, it'd be bigger. Like you would charge for Tubi. I don't fucking know. Any type of thing like ESPN, like you get your basic cable thing, you get ESPN to come with it. Whatever. I feel like if a person is like I say, yo, Ezra, turn on channel 37, Abdullah Mason on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, part of it too,
It's
though, is
easy.
like to be what is a premium DAZN subscription? $60 a month. So I'm paying.
$44.99.
Okay, so that's still close to $500 a year, and that's before other networks have pay-per-view events. Like, that's also kind of a limiting factor for more people to get on board. With other
But
sports, they can just
I
flip on
think
the
people
TV.
will pay $500 a month. Like hypothetically, remember PBC's first started, they had like the press conference, all the fighters. If you tell me I got Earl Smith in January and Charlo in June, and it's a schedule, I get $500. But I'm not getting $500 and I got Bivol and
You know,
these bums, so
you
I'm
know
not
what
doing
the
that.
real issue is that nobody wants to talk about? Nobody
That
has
I'm
the
broke.
zone.
Oh,
Nobody has the zone.
Exactly,
How
man.
many of your homies got the zone?
Ezra has 2 subscriptions.
I have 2 subscriptions to Zone, maybe 3. Now, but here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. You're right about that, Matt. And
Email
DAZN's
me, Ezra.
DAZN's growth is actually very critical to boxing's growth. That is a position that people don't talk about, right? We talk all the shit about DAZN and all these things, but to be fair, boxing is in DAZN's hands.
All right.
And that's 100%.
Who is this that we got backstage? Is this Clever?
It's clever. It's clever. Clever's joining the show. Another listener. What do you got to say on this topic?
It's Zuffa, right?
What's that, Clever?
Yeah, I don't mind Zuffa, man. They're here to stay. I get why people don't like it. For me, it looks a little old school, you know, with the uniform and how they're going about their business. But I like what Ezra was just saying a moment ago. Or even I'll do one better, like Oscar and company and guys like that. They like the way boxing business is today. So that TV show coming in and kind of putting their influence on it distracts and breaks up the streamline. So I get it, but overall, it's here to stay, gentlemen.
I think with Zuffa, my objection is more so to the treatment of fighters and all that shit. But that goes back to what Matt was saying about 28,000 fighters and the general thought of competition incentivizes innovation and all that. Like, if the WBO and IBF are meeting to essentially find a way to combat Zuffa, that's like a net positive. If they can get their, some of their shit to align better, so that as soon as there's a undisputed champion that doesn't get broken up the first time they have to defend because the IBF mandates it, like, they can make it a little easier to follow. I'm all cool with it. And if Zuffa contributes to that and has good fights, I think it's good. But I just don't generally like them trying to monopolize or change the rules to do so.
Hey, Clever, I'm just questioning, what is it that you like about Zuffa? Like, what are the things when you say Zuffa, you're like, I like this about this?
I think I just like that it's the newness, Ezra. At first, I didn't, man. I was not a fan of it. I kept calling it a TV show. They're just getting a bunch of guys together and bringing them in and fighting them and giving them an incentive, it seems like. But now that it's here and I've seen what they're brought to the table, I mean, it's still very new, gentlemen. Like, they got a long way to go. I mean, think how long it took DAZN to get to where they are today, and we've heard everything about them going out of business.
Ain't nobody trying to watch that shit. Fake ass
Clever.
contender. Fake ass
That's a
contender.
question,
Somebody trying to watch
Clever.
that bullshit.
Where is DAZN today?
Like Ezra said, I think they have a huge real estate in boxing, and you got to give that part to the last 24 months in Turkey and company. They've been moving and shaking.
So to me, when DAZN came into boxing, they were a small fish in a huge pond. I think they've turned boxing into a smaller fish to fit in their pond. I don't think they've gotten any bigger.
Yeah, maybe not, but they are the pond.
They also, they were supposed to be the death of pay-per-view, and now they have a pay-per-view subscription included in their platform. They didn't do a good job to grow the sport. They were just trying to grow their audience and kind of failed at that.
But Matt, they the pond by It was they didn't want to be the pond. They the pond because other people crashed and burnt out.
I didn't want to be the pond.
They didn't come. No. But that's what I mean though. They the pond because Top Rank on ESPN no more, and other places don't have platforms like that. Like hypothetically, when PBC was pumping every month, if PBC was pumping every month, nobody won't care about them dudes over there. It's that other people fell off. I mean,
I think.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Well,
Mahomes.
I'm just saying you're talking about like the real estate in boxing. They are the real estate in boxing. That's the truth. That's the truth of it. They are the spot to go, especially for men's boxing, which we know is the key selling point of boxing. Is that they're the ones they own it all.
Because half the city burnt down.
That's true, 100%. Well,
they didn't conquer the city. The city burnt down.
No, it's just true, and that's why when people say, "Oh, boxing's fine," all these things, boxing isn't fine. That's the honest truth of it. It's not fine. It's not doing well, and I feel like because we don't like who the people that might be that take over or people that might put the money into it, then you're just like, "Oh, screw it. I want this. I'd rather keep this. This isn't working. This isn't working.
No, but
this is going downhill."
As we bigger than hardcore, we hardcore fans, so like we're not an average guy that like watch a fight. So I mean, like we actually care about the Zuffa shit. We care about the fighters getting paid. We care about certain things. So we care about that, and they not doing the guys right. Even though, like I said, we talk football and basketball. Them guys make 35 million. We don't really care, but these guys make 500,000. They got last from the whole year. You feel me?
Yeah,
it's different.
I'm with you on that.
Like,
but pay.
So
but
I don't
I'm telling you right now, pay is going down in boxing without Zuffa or with Zuffa. Pay's going down in boxing because there's less people watching the fights. There's less pay-per-views being sold. Pay is going to go down no matter what, though, is going to happen in the sport because the sport is not as popular. So if your sport is not as popular, your pay's going to go down. If you're not selling as much, your pay's going to go down. Now, I understand 100% that Zuffa is going to do things contractually to the fighters that is going to be not good for them. But I'm sorry to say, that argument's been had. It's over. That argument's done. Now, what could benefit the boxers is that someone counteracts what Zuffa's doing and says, and their argument is, hey, we have all the fighters, but we're willing to pay. They're not. Right now, Zuffa's willing to pay. That's not one of the complaints about Zuffa.
Well, hold on.
That's how they all get started, too.
I got a question.
Of course.
Do you know that for a fact them guys are getting paid big money?
Well, I know for a fact that Obitaya got paid more than Matchroom was offering. I know for a fact that Ben got that $10 million was $10 million, right? $10 million deal for
10 or 15, I think was reported, but I don't think
allegedly.
But Eddie Hearn backed that up and said
He's
that's what they
certainly
offered
not
for one fight.
complaining.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that they are getting paid right now. Over time, of course, they're gonna diminish their pay. But right now, they're entering a market where people are established. They could compete with them.
But listen, I feel like you can't like let's think for a minute, real quick. You can get my point. Remember when the Zone first came out and they was giving away to Triple G and Boo Boo and Canelo and dudes? Think about it. Think about that movement and this movement. They not paying guys what the Zone was paying guys back then. Come on, It ain't like the movement ain't bigger than the Zone. It ain't like. I feel like
didn't the Zone pay Canelo $360 million? So that was the reported contract in 2018, and then Triple G got $100 million.
Yeah, well, whatever they paid, they had to do that because they were entering the market, and that was the only way they could make a splash was to get these names by overpaying for them.
Hey, one thing I do want to point out though, all that flash stuff about the Zone contracts, they stiffed a couple guys on their money, including Triple G. Triple G had to threaten a lawsuit to get paid by the Zone.
Yep,
I forgot about that, man.
That contract that Canelo signed didn't last through.
Yeah,
it was a 10-fight deal, and it lasted 3.
It was a 10-fight deal. I think he did 4 of them, is what I think it was.
Rocky Fielding, and then some other.
Most guys new to the market will overpay, right, to make a splash, to get the names that they want, whatever. They're going to overpay. We're seeing that with Zuffa too. Zuffa's no different. They have to overpay for the guys to get them over there. And the thing. The only thing, like I said, that would make this not like the UFC is that there's competition and people in place to compete with them. That's where I would say that the fighters could benefit from, is that there will be a battle on who's going to get these fighters, and there's offers from both sides. That's the one thing. But all I'm saying is the sport as in itself right now is declining. And if we're going to say that's not the case, then we're wrong.
I got a question. You know, I haven't watched 1 second of Zuffa. So you about to put me on something. Where can I watch Zuffa at? How do I watch Zuffa?
Paramount Plus.
Paramount. Yeah, CBS.
So I got to download the app? What I got to do?
Yeah, you got to download Paramount Plus.
Okay.
But like that's kind of the thing that I'm getting at with my ramblings is like whoever can put more shit on the Netflix or more shit on the NBC or like basic non-downloading an app, that the more eyes the sport can get with easiest, like least
Facts.
resistance will help it grow. And
Of course.
putting it in, like, if it's going to be between Paramount Plus or DAZN, like, good luck convincing someone who
Look-
doesn't already have that on their phone
Real
to
fast,
download.
Ezra.
Yeah.
Just to add to what you're saying, look, the business of boxing allows this. Like, the boxing game allows newcomers, oldcomers, and anybody with a clear check to come into the game. The latest example would be Jake Paul, MVP. I remember doubting all of that, and now this fucker is a promoter. He's doing both sports now. So, I mean, it's just like the United States of America. This shit is for sale, man. Whoever wants to throw down.
That's true. And like I said, what we're seeing right here is that someone just trying to establish a brand now. People are saying, okay, it was open. Now, can we just establish a brand that will not allow to be as open, basically, is that people will come to our brand for boxing. That's what the battle is right now.
And why wouldn't Dana White wouldn't? I mean, he comes from USC with belts and shit. Like, of course he's going to want to have his own shit.
Exactly.
Hell.
Yeah, so that's basically where we're at with it.
Hopefully they can just give us good fights, man. I mean, it's just regular schedule programming.
We were talking about the streaming and how hard it is to follow. I mean, even people were complaining about basketball this year, the playoffs, because of it was on a bunch of different streaming services to find the games. So that the people, that's an established brand. That's a brand that everybody knows. It has this set playoff schedule and everything, and people are still bothered by that. You have
Ezra, about that, Ezra, like, you see, the networks sold out, right, and the leagues had nowhere to go. So if they wanted any type of money, they were going to link up with those guys in the new direction is streaming.
Hey, Az, you got to think too. Az, you got to think on this level too. Az, similar to boxing fans, what we used to HBO and Showtime. What happened with basketball? What we used to TBS, TNT. They left, so people got to find it. But what we used to, like, you could have been in a coma for 20 years and woke back up. Charles Barkley's still there.
Yep.
Oh, Charles is all
so it's no, but you know what I mean. It's always on TNT. Here we go. We know Larry. We grew up on Larry Merchant. We know Larry Merchant. He's on ESPN. Jim Lampley, them guys. You know, George Foreman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just that it's just not. It's not consistent. It's not. We don't have what we had before. We don't have the brand that we had once before. So now that is what it is, and you're gonna see now. It's kind of up for grabs. You're gonna see what happens.
Bruce Buffer's still there sometimes. He's old as shit, but he's there.
Someone needs to say Bruce
with the ring, right?
Yeah, he'll announce random shit sometimes.
Some people would let Bruce know it's all done. It's all over.
You know what else is all over?
Today's
show. Edition of Brunch Boxing. All right. Hey, listen. Sam, thank you for joining us. Clever, thank you for joining us. Todd, thank you as always. Ezra, what do you have coming up for the people this week?
I'm working on my content because you guys said that I'm lazy. You guys said that they said you want to be something in the sport as far as like a personality. I said yeah, sure. And they said, well, you're lazy. That's what you guys told me. It was harsh, and it touched the soul, touched the heart, and touched the mind. So I'm going to be working on getting more content out there and getting this pretty face out there.
All right.
Will we be back for a post-fight show later?
If Oshaki wins, yes.
You know what's funny about that? Before you close out the show, yesterday when we were talking to TJ is the only person I know on this planet aside from Sibby. Go read Sibby's full prediction on Twitter. Who's picking Ray Ford? I told him that we wouldn't have a post-fight show. I wouldn't add him to the post-fight show because I don't want to hear him brag.
Hold on, Hugh. No, actually, you're actually wrong. You might have forgot. The Diggs bros are picking Ray Ford.
Are they?
Really?
Right, we got 4 people picking Ray Ford.
I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy that picking Ray Ford. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think it's crazy either. But the world is picking Shock, and 4 people are picking Ford.
Watch for Ford. I'm telling you, his ability to throw flurries. I'm curious how that affects the fight.
All right, Matt, get us out of here.
All
right, man. This has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. He is our super producer, the master marionette, Huey P himself. He is the voice of Brunch Boxing as Raw Boxing. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out.
For all your fight news, it's not fight news. It's Brunch Boxing. Woo!
Brunch.